want another one already?
Can you just top it up? Yeah. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm a little niece.
Quiet the whole damn time either, man. Say something.
We've been saying something the whole time.
We was just talking, like we was just staring at each other. Like the black version of A Quiet Place. Like, what was actually happening?
The black version of A Quiet Place is loud as fuck.
Right? Everybody dead, bro. And that movie gonna call Hush It Up. That's funny that it was
timing.
yeah, it's somebody's Instagram story. You
already
know.
know.
But yeah, man.
They just got a feature they ain't even know.
Right. Shout out to Matty J though.
That's what they're gonna talk about.
Hey.
Bye.
Hey. I did not mean to open the apartment guide. But I do need to find a place to move to.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm thinking about going to San Diego for a minute. I'll go hang out there, but I want to buy a spot out in Temecula. I want to buy some land.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to San Diego on Sunday.
Word. How long you gonna be out that way?
Sunday.
Just Sunday? Oh, okay.
But then I'm going back for work on Wednesday and Thursday.
Hold on, I'll kill this, and then that way it's not. We don't have to worry about it. That way it's not in the background.
No free ads.
Yeah, we don't do that. You gotta pay me, boy.
Show me the money.
I'm gonna be hella bloated and shit.
Like, good thing I got the sweater on.
Hoodie on.
I can't see
Right?
shit.
Can't see this pudge. Put on a cool 15, 20 pounds.
Josh and I had Josh had me fooled the other night.
What happened?
This nigga said oh man, high school, I maxed out at like 135.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. You were like, me and you are the same size. He's like, no, I only weigh like 150 something right now. I was like, you lie.
155.
You weigh 155 pouns.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
160 is like the
I did
max.
not believe this motherfucker.
I don't believe him neither.
Hey, I brought out the scale
Ooh.
to confirm it. I was like,
Damn. Now you
This nigga
really
making
got
me-
me feeling insecure. Either that or I'm just low key. I got a lot of muscle mass that's hidden. Stepped on the scale the other day. $186.
Ooh.
$188.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm only 171.
Y'all niggas need to eat, cuz.
I'm my heaviest. I was like 195.
My heaviest, 192.
I
But
can't
I was solid
imagine
muscle
myself
though.
at 190 nothing.
That's because wifey was pregnant though. You know, I'd be eating
you eat with her?
everything she'd
Yeah.
be eating, man.
I feel you.
But needless to say, I lost the weight a lot faster. Shout out to you, wifey. No offense.
Good
I'm
metabolism problems.
I ain't snitching. I ain't gonna snitch.
Right.
But she gonna hear this and then yeah, so sorry.
She probably won't even listen.
Wow.
She like, I already know what you fucking sound like. The fuck
ain't
I gotta
gonna-
listen to you for 3
right.
hours for?
But nah, that's crazy.
I gotta listen to you 24/7.
$160.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Hey, I ain't mad.
No, I ain't mad at all.
Works
Either.
for me.
I was
Hey.
sitting at like 165. That was like my normal.
There's
weight.
a whole lot of motherfuckers in the Midwest be like, damn, I weigh twice as much as you.
You ain't gotta go to the Midwest find them.
right.
I mean, on the regular, like that's the standard.
No.
Twice. Yeah, I don't seen the product.
Oh, trust me, I've been there.
So what's good with y'all, man? How's your week? How's y'all week been?
Not too bad. I had an extra day off. I was off yesterday.
You could have used that day off today.
I could have. Yesterday did not go as planned.
What about you, Terry?
My week was pretty cool. It actually went by pretty quick. I woke up, what was it, yesterday? And I was like, yo, it's already Thursday. And like the whole week had already gone by. But I really ain't been doing much.
I wish I could say the same, man.
Like working, school, keeping it simple. But the week just flew by. So it wasn't a bad week at all. Can't complain.
No, I went. It was a little long for me, man. It's been a trying week, man.
What's happening in your life that it was so long?
Work, meetings up the ass, just every day meetings.
Sounds painful.
Right?
And then a coworker left. Shout out to her.
She quit?
Yeah, she came up to me one day. She's like, "Hey Tim, I'm done.
Oh, she put on the spot. She put on
I was
no,
like,
no 2 week
what?
notice?
What? Yeah, she did a 2-week notice.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, 2 weeks ago, she came and she's like, I'm done. I was like, what you mean you done? I'm done. I'm out of here. I was like, bitch, I was supposed to leave first. I was supposed to leave first. What you mean you leaving? She's like, I'm done. I'm done with this place.
You said bitch though.
Yeah. No, yeah. Me or
Called your coworker
oh yeah.
a bitch.
Yeah. We talk like that. We're the only ones that talk like that.
Right.
I say that to anybody else, man. HR.
That was a Key and Peele reference, by the way. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was her reason for leaving? She was just done?
A combination. Yeah, she was just done. Like they threw a lot of work on her, even though she did have the power to say no. She had a hard time saying no to it. I done sit right there in her ear. I'm like,
No.
say no. What the fuck are you doing? Say no. Did I not teach you anything these 6 years that we've been working together? Say no. Ain't nobody come to me. Because I'd be like, no. I got my own damn work.
Exactly.
But, and then, it's the freaking corporate office politics and all that shit. She's like, I'm done with that bullshit. I'm like, yeah.
She finally
Props
said
to you.
no.
Huh?
She finally said no.
So, yeah, she's gone. Yesterday was her last day. So it was a little emotional for me.
That's what's up.
Because we were attached at the hip for the last 6 years.
Now you got to take all of her projects?
No, just one. just one.
Oh, okay.
Only because it's related to what I do. So everything else went to somebody else. I was like, good. I ain't trying to do all that shit. So yeah, I made her a little, to-go gift. I made her a batch of macaroni and cheese
Now,
from scratch.
Okay, I was about to ask you, was it baked mac and cheese or was it a box of Kraft? 'Cause I
Nah,
was on that
come on.
Kraft right
Hey,
back
Kraft,
at you, bro.
Kraft is, when you just like a little runt, 5 years old, and your parents ain't got time for you, and you're like, but no, this is like, shut up.
Don't
Here's-
disrespect me with that box mac and cheese, please. Like, get
No,
out
no.
of here.
No,
Your
from
parents ain't got
scratch.
time for you.
From scratch, man. It took. I made like 2 batches of it. So
That's what's up.
yeah. But yeah, it's been a trying week, and then fucking windy as hell. This past week. Anybody live in SoCal? You know what I'm talking about. It was windy as fucking hell.
Yeah, on my way to work. What day was it? Whatever the last day where it was ridiculously windy. So that next day, I'm on the road at 3 a.m, driving down the 210, just getting into the Rancho area, and there are 5 semis overturned.
Ooh.
From the day before. They just got moved out to the shoulder on each side, just sitting there.
Them Santa Anas, that's nuts, man. I'm glad
Well-
I was still in the house.
And all within a mile. All 5 of them within 1 mile.
Oh damn. Nah, and the reason why I'm upset about the wind is because my street right here, my house is in the middle of the block. My house is the collection point for all the leaves, all the damn trash. I don't got chain link fence. I got block walls. So all that shit just gathers right there in my driveway. It looked clean right now when you pull it up.
I was just going to say that. I was like, you did a good job because it looked good.
It was
It's clean. But backyard is fucking. I ain't got no trees in the backyard. Neighbors ain't got no trees. Pop one tree. My pool was filled with leaves and dirt.
That's how mom's house was. I went over there the other day.
One day.
Yeah.
It was windy like 2-3 days, but one day, my pool went from sparkling blue to dark green. All the damn leaves, all the damn dirt. Man, I was hot. One day. So yeah, that's how my week. If that didn't paint a picture of how my week was, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You need better imagination.
You got weekend plans to, improve this week?
Yeah, I do. Going out to the LBC tomorrow.
Right.
So
So,
party it up with the sis,
that's what's up. I'm gonna go up to Parrot.
Other than this pod, this is the bright spot of the week. Tomorrow and the weekend's the bright spot. So yeah, I'm happy as hell now.
That's what's up.
All that shit's over with and done.
Right. Yeah. So today, as we all know, we're here. This is what starts my weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to Newport for dinner with my best friend, one of my best friends since high school.
Oh shit.
And then Sunday, making that trip to San Diego to go to that Titans bar and watch the game with all my boys.
That's what's up. Titans bar.
Yeah, they got one out there.
They do.
Yeah.
There's a whole strip of different teams. I know they got a 49ers bar. I think they got a Seahawks bar too. I think that's pretty dope how San Diego does that.
Yeah.
All the teams. They
Good
got
for
their
them.
own
Good
bar,
for them.
You know, it's in San Diego. But,
Good for them, because I know you go up to Seattle, you ain't gonna see no 49er bars up there.
Nah. San Diego ain't got no team anymore, so
There you go.
losers.
Yeah, that helps.
Well, that's because their fans would just go to the bars and not the games.
Hey.
Yeah. Even though the freaking Chargers are originally from LA. You know that, right? Originally.
I always forget that.
Originally from LA. They spent like the first 2 years, I think. Maybe it might just been the year. And then they bolted down to San
Yeah,
Diego.
they still San Diego. They always gonna be
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah, they always gonna be San Diego.
But yeah.
I like to
San
go to
Diego's
that
fun.
fucking new stadium, dude. SoFi.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset about that because I got season tickets.
I'm trying to
the
go to all the new
Rams.
stadiums. Already.
You got season and you I know.
They
And there,
didn't let
we
us in
ain't
the
not.
stadium.
Yeah, we ain't not. California.
You at least selling them?
Can't.
Can't.
Nobody's in the stadium.
Hey, so wait.
No, there are teams
Isn't
that are letting people in. It's just a limited amount.
Well, it's only for the home games. So
Yeah.
ain't no teams playing in California, so I can't sell the
Yeah.
tickets. But those
Well,
Cowboy tickets,
they did say California open stadiums can have fans, but for 49ers, Santa Clara County, yeah, nope. Nope.
But yeah, I am a 49ers fan. Let me clear that
Oh,
up. Yeah, those season tickets for the Rams was a money play.
That's why I gave you the red cup, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But nah, no fans in SoFi. So it was just
Yeah.
and I opted out for the rest of the season because they gave us the option to either opt in, and if they
Oh,
do
yeah,
open it up, we keep our seats the whole 9, or they just roll over the balance next year. And
Didn't want to roll the dice. It's like,
well,
I'm
it
out.
was just like nobody was like there was nobody sitting down. Everybody outside being mixy. Corona ain't going nowhere.
No.
LA
Not for another year. It's
at
not.
all. They ain't going nowhere. So
Dude, we picking up again.
yep.
Yeah.
Same thing happened.
Anybody think that it's not going? That's going away?
Not anytime soon.
Nah. It's twofold. I mean,
Hey, winter's coming.
oh yeah, it's about to get real spooky out here.
Winter's coming. The
It's
COVID,
the new flu.
the COVID king is coming. That's
It's not going anywhere. My thing about it is there's like a 90+% survival rate. I get it. It's
Yeah.
a thing. Like I'm not saying it's not real, but
Yeah.
there's a really good chance of survival if you
Yeah.
get it. Unless you're immunocompromised, which I believe you should sit down, stay in the house,
sit your ass down.
use whatever resources you have to minimize your exposure risk.
Utilize those damn board games. Shit.
Board game apps, like have people deliver your food, whatever, drop it off. That way you
Yeah.
don't have to go out and be mixy. You don't have to expose yourself.
Just make sure you pick it up quick before someone comes swipes it off
Exactly.
your boards.
They out here be swiping. So but nah, we're gonna have to get used to living with coronavirus. So
Yeah.
it's just,
for
it's
at
gonna
least
be
for the
here.
next year
And
at minimum.
if they fast track, like I'm not signing up for this vaccine. Like I'm cool. Like I'm cool. Like all the way cool. So
I was doing Postmates a while ago in Arizona,
mm-hmm.
and I'm delivering to this house that's out in the desert. Real nice, big house. You know, they got money. So I pull up, and it said, bring it to the door and all that. It didn't say leave it at the door like sometimes it would. So I go and I knock, and I see, the door is clear. Like you see everything. This lady's coming up, and she's coming up real slow, and she's doing like this. And I'm like, why is she tripping? And then she goes. She just points, like put it down. And I was like, okay. And I put it down and starting to back up, and she's like, she cracks the door. She goes, somebody in here has corona. I was like, deuces. Peace out.
Why didn't you tell me to just throw it out my damn window?
I left it to the curb.
drive by Uber Eats.
It's in your mailbox, man. Kept it pushing. We're gonna have to get used to the Rona. It ain't going nowhere, and it's
Nowhere
a double-edged
fast.
sword. Like it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Everybody still wants to be out and about.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like if you don't feel like you're gonna be affected by it, there's a chance you're gonna get it. Win, lose, draw. It is what it is. Like, if you're gonna go out and be out and about, be safe about it. There's a 99% survival rate,
Yeah.
or whatever that number is. It's high 90s. I just think you should still be safe, be cautious about it, and at the same time, we can't shut down the whole economy without, when there is that much of a survival rate. And like people don't want to sit down, so it's gonna be here for a while. So you might as well just get used to it, and
Preach.
take whatever stance you need to take and precautions you need to take to shield yourself.
This
from
nigga Terry
this.
already sounded a lot better than us talking about COVID.
We talked about it last week.
Oh, okay. What y'all said last week?
That you didn't say.
Nah, I want to hear y'all take it.
You done already covered most of it, what we said, just more in detail.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, it ain't going nowhere.
No.
Stay safe. Don't be a dummy. Put on a mask. And
Yep.
if you don't want to wear a mask, don't be mad when they don't serve your ass. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
And they're looking at this like, this nigga's talking about put on a mask next. One of them.
What it is,
Ain't-
everybody, what it is,
Ain't
man.
none of us here got on a mask.
Welcome.
And we all got weekend plans to be out and about. Nah.
Welcome to Just Podding. Again, working title. Maybe the title of the podcast, maybe not. We'll see. But welcome to the show, episode number 3, y'all. Shout out to the first and last time listeners. Thank you. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have a podcast. So,
Well, technically
We
have
would.
none.
oh, we would.
We have none.
Nobody
and
would
we
hear it.
still have this
Yeah,
podcast.
it's going up real soon. Be available real soon. I'm your host, T.One. Thank you for tuning in. Got my main man here, Southpaw. Southpaw in the building. Let me do that drop again. There he is, boxing savant. There he is.
Yo, we got to start over. My hands is ashy, bro.
Oh,
Do me a favor.
Shut it down.
Reach in the bag. Nah.
Shut-
Just realize.
this
My
nigga
bad.
coming in with ashy hands.
Can't be out here ashy, bro. Oh, my
That-
bad.
that should've been the
I
first
messed up
thing-
your whole intro. You gonna have to do it all over.
That should have been the first thought, getting off that damn bike, dude.
Yeah. Just bring the whole back, bro. I forgot where I put it.
If anybody, I mean, there's your introduction to T.Derez,
The
Mr.
man, the myth, the legend.
Terry.
Hey, don't be putting my government out there like that, bro. They don't know me like that.
Oh, they about.
Wait. Technically, that's not your government.
It's not.
That's not. So hey, yeah. So don't be putting me on blast like that. Come on now.
Where'd I put my lotion? I'm really out here. No, I got the
They're already killing you in the comments.
right?
Oh my gosh, it ain't even live yet. But when it go,
I got the cologne.
when it go live
Bag.
this weekend. The plan is this weekend, man. This nigga just digging in his bag, taking a. Anyways, shout out to the first and last time listeners. You know, thank y'all for tuning in.
Apparently, shout out to Joe Budden.
Right? Somebody
Hey.
listens to the pod.
Hey, I gotta give him props, man. That the podcast is the shit right there.
Hey, do me a favor.
I'm glad he got out that
Whole
Spotify
intro
deal.
over.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that again.
All right, we good. We moisturize.
Hey, shout out to the moisturized niggas out there,
It's wintertime.
the ashy niggas and the moisturized niggas out there. Shout out to y'all. Please, next time, please come prepared, my friend. Come on now. All right, appreciate that. Shout out to all the trick or treaters out there, as Halloween is tomorrow. I know a lot of y'all out there ain't gonna be trick or treating. My kids ain't trick or treating. I'll tell you that right now. So those who are trick or treating, hey, be safe out there. Those of you who are not, just do a big at home, man. Throw a big ass party at home. That's all I could say. So, like I said,
Don't
Halloween.
trick or treat. Throw a big ass party instead.
Right. Right.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Don't go kill the whole neighborhood, but just off your whole family, fam. just expose your whole family to
Keep it to
everything you've been doing.
yourselves.
Right? You're gonna be stupid.
What are y'all doing for Halloween?
It's actually funny I say that.
Yeah.
It's my niece's little birthday party.
Oh,
Part of the family gonna be tapping in, but I'm just gonna go drop off my gift, drop off
Bounce.
some little candy and dip. Cause I'm not doing the coronavirus parties. Shout out to my niece. It's your birthday though. Love you.
Dinner with the bestie, as I mentioned.
oh yeah, that's
tomorrow,
right. That's
so.
right.
And it's at night too, so
All right,
yeah,
cool.
nothing
cool.
Halloween related.
Oh yeah,
what's
nah.
up.
I'm heading out to, like I said before, Long Beach. We are throwing a little party out there, mainly for the kids, just the neighborhood kids, my kids. Got them the little goodie bags and all that shit. So, no trick or treating for sure.
But you just said the whole neighborhood was gonna be there, bro.
Not the whole neighborhood.
All the neighborhood.
Let me rephrase
kids.
that. Let me phrase that. The block, just the
Gotcha.
block,
Yeah.
just the block.
Got you.
So yeah, it'll be good times. I just feel bad for all the kids out there. COVID done fucked up their Halloween. Everybody's holidays this year. Sucks. You're not gonna see family for the most part.
Pretty much. They canceled everything from Easter up until now. So it's been.
Imagine what Thanksgiving.
Time.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, man. You're gonna be sitting at the table by your damn self eating turkey.
They gonna
I'm
knock on
used
the
to
door.
it.
Break it up.
Christmas, Santa ain't coming to your house.
Hey, I'm used to it, man. Spent Christmases and holidays deployed, so it's cool. FaceTime the family, keep it moving. Love y'all. Stay safe.
Yeah,
Speaking of Long Beach, you remember the last time that me and you went to Long Beach?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Do you remember?
Took a ride out there.
Where we went to eat?
Oh yeah, Open Sesame. Come on now. Lebanese food, man. That shit was tight.
That was my first time having that.
That's what's
Oh
up.
yeah, the place is good, man.
We rode out there.
Yeah. So y'all rode the motorcycles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Took the toys out?
back when we had the bike.
When we
Well,
had our
I mean,
jigs- well,
back when I had the bike. You still have? You don't still? You
Nah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
sold
it
both
is.
mine like 2 years ago, something like that. But that's when we had the Jixers.
Yes. All black. I had the all black.
I had the blue and black.
Megatron. That was the name of my bike, Megatron.
Mine was Optimus Prime because of blue and black.
That's what's up.
So yeah, it was a good ride. We were supposed to go see my sister too, but
Mm.
I had no idea she wasn't even in town that day. So, but
Still
we ended
a
up
good
eating at Open Sesame, man. That place is.
It was fire.
I always forget you have a sister.
Matter of fact, that is when I know you got to remember this. I think we stopped at like a Walgreens or something. You had to use the bathroom, and I made a joke about your name, and you died laughing. And I was like, "No one has ever said that to you before."
You have
You
to
don't remember
remind
this?
me. No, I don't.
I don't think so, Tim.
Oh,
A home improvement joke.
Took me a minute.
He said
it
something
did
to
take
me,
it.
and
You're
I
right.
said that to him.
Nobody has ever said that to me. I'm surprised no one's ever
He
said that to me.
died laughing when I said that shit. That was so funny.
Oh man, but that was a good ride, man. That was a good ride out there.
Yep.
Bomb food, nice ride. Even though it was kind of after we ate, it was like foggy and misty, and we got a little
Yeah.
wet on the way back.
Remember too, because that's when I had that straight pipe on that bike, which I didn't do after that. And we would, you know how it makes it ridiculously loud.
Yeah.
We were watching cars move out of the way as I was coming up.
It's necessary, man. It's a
Yeah.
necessary evil.
Hey.
Loved it.
Yeah, man. It's the safety. That's for safety reasons.
That's 100% what it was for.
Yes, exactly. So, anyways, Friday. Today's Friday, October 30th. How about that World Series, y'all?
Beautiful.
Great win for LA. I mean, I went back up to the Bay wearing this. People's kind of salty, but hey, it's a great.
Yeah,
it's
LA,
a
LA,
great
and
week
Ba-
for LA sports.
Yeah,
It's
LA,
It's a
LA.
great week for Cali in general, even if
Yeah, LA and Bay Area people. When it comes to sports, they don't get along. They don't
At
get
all.
along.
it's two different
Which
states.
is
that's why.
weird. How I'm a Lakers fan, Dodgers fan, and then I'm a 49ers fan.
Same here.
That don't fly.
At
That
all.
don't fly.
At all. People look at me funny.
I remember going to a Dodgers game when I was little, going to a Dodgers game, and I had a 49ers jacket on. Ooh, I almost got beat
Dirtiest
up.
looks.
I almost got beat up as a 6-year-old.
That's crazy.
And it was the Giants Dodgers game. So
Oh yeah.
thankfully the Dodgers won. So my life was not in jeopardy
Yeah,
after the game.
They were in a good mood. You were good.
I have a story similar
Oh,
to that.
but it was old school. Those old school 49er jackets, the
what was
gold.
the gold one?
It was
The
the
red-
gold.
Puffy
Oh,
ass jacket.
Yeah.
those shits are tight. I wish I had still had that jacket, man.
They made a new version, I think.
They did make a new version,
but
but they ain't nothing like the old version.
Nah,
though.
nah, nah.
Is that the
Oh.
one with that big pocket in the front?
No.
it's
It was the
super
button.
shiny-
It was
yeah,
the button
button
up.
Gotcha.
Looks like
Yeah.
a
Like a
varsity
met-
jacket almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a metallic gold, with the 49ers on the back. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
shit.
have a story similar to yours. Me and my uncle, rest in peace. We went to it was the Chargers Jets playoff game, and anybody who knew me from high school, a couple years into college, I always, for whatever reason it was, I always wore New York hats. We went to the Chargers Jets playoff game, and me not paying. I'm not a Chargers fan by any means. Wearing a New York hat. Chargers lose by 3. We walking up the steps after the game. I'm in a black on black New York hat. Nah.
Let me take a stab at this. This is a New York Yankees hat.
Exactly.
Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah,
this ain't
it's a
no
Yankees
Jets hat.
Not a
This-
Jets hat.
Not a Mets hat.
Do the Jets even have
Not a
hats?
Giants
Nah.
hat.
Yeah, they do. Actually, they do. But it's a black on black Yankee fitted. And we walking up the steps, minding my business. This drunk lady turns around. Fuck you in New York. And I turn around like, oh, who's she talking to? It's about to get interesting. So I'm like, hey, she's getting spicy over here. And so I'm looking back. She said, no, I'm talking to you. Fuck you in New York.
You nickel.
And I pretty much, and I look up, I'm like, me? And she was like, yeah, fuck you. And her husband turns around. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I was like, oh. And before I could say anything, my uncle, he's a take no shit kind of dude. He said, you better turn the fuck around before I beat you and your husband's ass. Talking to my nephew like you crazy. I'll beat your ass right now. They were just like, uh-oh. Zipped it up. Kept it moving.
Yes.
I totally forgot. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Jets fan. I'm not a Chargers fan either. I'm a 49ers fan. I just wore New York
You
hats.
were there for the game. You were there for the
Exactly.
game. That's your shit. That's the hat you wear.
I don't know if y'all remember. It's just like me and Miles used to always wear Detroit hats.
Detroit.
But because we had rappers that were from Detroit,
yeah.
and we liked the hat, and we damn about
Speaking
the
of
sports team.
Detroit,
Exactly.
Speaking of Detroit rappers, to get a little off topic, man. That new LZI album,
You got
I've
to
been
it?
having on that shit.
You did it.
Repeat the album,
I
not
ain't got
tracks,
to
not tracks. The album has been on repeat
It's good to hear.
the last
Check it out.
4 days.
That shit is hard.
Oh,
To me, it's his
can't get enough.
overall pound for pound best project.
Yeah, it just brings me back to when the five of us were all hanging out, at Cal State
Yeah.
during that time, man. That album's been on repeat for me the last 4 days.
I've been listening to Benny the Butcher album.
I still have
That's what I was telling him. I told him.
I have yet to listen to him.
Damn. I was late to the party too. And
I'm even.
the whole Griselda squad.
Hey, I'm not even at the party yet. I still have to listen to him. So
Yeah.
Check him
So
out.
that's what I was telling him last time. I was like, "Hey, Benny the Butcher, yeah, he got it. He
Yeah.
got it." I just put Antoine on to him, and he was loving it. And I saw a post. I be holding my tongue sometimes. I'll be wanting to go off. So
you should.
You're right, but I'm gonna go off here instead of post. I seen a post
Good
that
starting
the
point.
homie shared, and it basically was somebody saying. It was like, Griselda, what the fuck is that? Is that what y'all listening to? Like, they're making fun of the name. Clearly, they ain't listening to nothing by Griselda, because I looked at that, and I was like, in my head, the butcher coming, nigga. That's all I'm thinking. And I'm like, they got no clue who they talking about right now. Like, this shit is hard, and they talking about it like it's some of the stuff the old heads don't like. You know, when you hear that new stuff, and we're like, I don't really like that. That's how they talking about it, and I'm like, y'all got no idea.
No idea. Yeah. Well, once I'm off repeat, off the new LZI
Take your
album,
time. Take your
I'm
time.
I'm gonna head over to the Beanie the Butcher. So.
I'll toss
Did
that.
he say
I was like,
beanie?
yeah,
my
he
bad.
did.
My
He
bad.
did.
My bad.
He did.
I'm already a little lit. My bad.
Benny.
My bad. Benny the
Benny the Butcher.
My bad.
He coming. You better watch.
He coming. Yeah.
My bad. Excuse.
Don't forget the new Busta Rhymes too. And you got a lot of music you got to get on.
Yeah.
No, I do. But when you got the children in the house, it's their music. They be playing that shit all day. You get used to that sometimes. So
Hey, sometimes you just gotta like, yo,
yeah. Well, when I was
pardon my
doing,
language. Fuck them kids. And put on. Hey, you gotta put
hey,
them on.
I know you mean that with love, man. I know
It's
you mean
all
that
love, but
with love.
sometimes you gotta put them on game. Like,
In
Yeah.
that Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle,
yeah.
Rick James voice.
But yeah, no, LZI was on repeat during my whole yard work session. So couldn't get enough of it, man. That shit is hard. But yeah, back to Dodgers winning the World Series, man. That I'm real happy. LA sports, I was back on top. It's been 32 years since the Dodgers won the World Series. The last time, would you turn your mic off? Get into?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you
There
go.
you go.
Yeah, that's
There you
weird.
go. All right.
Might have a short in the
Yeah.
cable.
yeah. So I don't count, those old championships because I was alive when they won that last one.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't remember. I was.
Well,
I'm too
I'm
little.
not vouching. I was
No,
only
no,
making
no.
I was only making a point
No,
that
that's
last.
not an attack at you. I'm
I get it.
segueing
I get
into
it.
these like cowboy fans.
Oh yeah,
that's
fuck the
like
Cowboys. Yeah.
28
Hey,
years
don't- hey,
old
we don't-
talking about.
hey.
Oh, we got six.
We got six. You ain't seen not one of them
Right.
sixes.
Yeah, well, the point I was making, the last time they won the World Series was also the same year the Lakers won the championship.
Yeah.
88, they
Right.
both won their respective championships. 2020, they both won their respective championships.
That's
So
what's
LA sports is, on top of the world right now. Even though it is COVID, it's a little piece of happiness, at least for SoCal people, to lift a little bit of weight off of their shoulders, so.
Right. Too bad the none of the football teams are gonna
Well,
get
Rams,
that trifecta
Hey,
going.
Rams,
if they do,
I'm-
that'd be dope.
yeah, that I will throw Rams in there. They're playing good. They're playing good right now.
I wouldn't throw them in there.
But I don't think they had their chance a couple years ago, and then they just laid an egg. And,
Yeah.
But 49ers didn't lay an egg, but they just let that lead go away. Yeah. Let's not get into that. Let's
Yeah,
not
I don't
get
wanna
into
talk about that.
Yeah. But anyways, but the Rams, they're playing good though. They're
We
playing
should
good.
talk about that because you all
Hey,
talk
shut
about
up. Shut
you.
up.
We're talking about my Clippers.
Your Clippers.
You gonna be by your damn self. Me and Terry just gonna be sitting here looking at you like a fool.
Hey,
Go ahead. Look, crickets.
I'm gonna let y'all
do,
go
you
on this.
think, do you think Kawhi Leonard hates Paul George?
Did you say Cowie?
I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Kawhi. I don't know.
Now I don't feel so bad over here
Kawhi?
saying Beanie the Bush.
Kawhi. Cowie. He's from Moreno Valley, though, by the way.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to the murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think he hates
Well,
Paul George?
Originally from LA, then to Moval, then to Riverside.
I'll tell you why
yeah.
it's not possible that he hates Paul George.
Why?
Because he clearly does not process emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he
Yeah.
had emotions, if he
Well-
had the feels, do you think he would hate?
Who do you think
So,
pulled
Paul George.
Paul George over there?
Playoff
To
Kawhi.
answer his question, you remember what you said about his kids?
What I said about his kids?
His kids.
Oh yeah, fuck them kids.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Fuck Paul
about to say, I
George.
was
That's
about
what
to say-
Kawhi means. He had emotions.
I was about to say, I did not mention that man's children.
That nigga's got money and power. He will search and destroy Terry, right?
I've heard some things about Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Heard that man is a stone cold killer.
Kawhi, yes.
Nigga, that
Kawhi?
nigga will just kill you with his grasp.
Right.
Palm my whole
He'll
face.
palm your face.
Yeah, but nah.
But
Shout out to Kawhi and the Clippers, even though
yeah. Even though it's all about the Lakers.
LA's
Don't get it
second
twisted.
team.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, so
Look, that
matter
hey,
of fact, here
hey.
this could be a topic
hold
real
on.
quick. A quick
that,
topic.
That Taylor Swift got more banners than Clippers right now.
Well,
Go ahead, speak your point. You
I mean,
can't-
she's super talented, and
I mean, I would say the Clippers
I
are
don't,
too.
I don't
mean,
know how you would compare the two. Like that's
She's
But-
terrible at business, but I'll digress.
I'm not talking about business. Talent. So I guess I got a little bit different mindset when it comes to my appreciation for especially local teams. So for me, when I was a kid, initially I hated the Lakers because, well, for one, I wanted to be different. I didn't want everybody I knew was a Lakers fan, so I'm like, I'm gonna go with the other LA team. So that's how I made my choice as a kid.
Nigga, you didn't even know there was another LA team back then. don't here come
Wait,
over
so
here.
you did it out of spite? It wasn't like, yo, they have
No,
my
no.
favorite player.
No, not out
He's
of
like,
spite.
does LA have another?
I just
another
knew
team?
everybody was Lakers fans, and I just wanted to do it different. It wasn't literally. I didn't hate them. At
So
the
there was
time.
nothing special about the Clippers that Josh said, yo, I love the Clippers.
No.
It was just, oh, y'all like LA? I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Billy Crystal, that was probably
But not,
about it.
not. Excuse me. Not like out of spite thing. Just like, oh, I want to go with the other team since everybody else I know. There's somebody,
So, but I mean, I normally
I have
pick
a point.
favorites.
I have a
Okay.
point. So I go that direction, and at first, Kobe comes to the league, and with his play style, and he's killing when he finally starts getting more minutes and everything, and I'm hating because they got him right. So initially, I hated Kobe, calling him the ball hog like everybody else, but then I started to just appreciate the greatness, and reminded myself that the Lakers are also LA. Why would I have a reason to hate them? They're the local team, just like the Clippers are, and they're the main one. So I stopped that.
That's very big of you, Josh.
Appreciate
Quite
it.
the
So,
move.
That's
so
very big.
I cheer
Very
for
wise.
the Lakers as long as they're not playing the Clippers. If they're playing each other, then obviously I'm gonna cheer for my team over the Lakers. But any other time, I rock with the Lakers. I ain't got no gear or nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
But so it drives me crazy when I see Lakers fans that not just don't like Clippers, but like hate, like genuinely hate the Clippers. Like I got some friends on Facebook that. So when the Dodgers won the World Series, one of them posted, "The Clippers are the worst sports team in LA." After the Dodgers, what does the Clippers have to do with the Dodgers? That's how much you hate.
He
this
should have
team?
said after the Sparks, but I'm just.
Hey.
I was just
No
fucking with you.
WNBA
I'm
slander
just
over
fucking
here,
with you. I'm
Brody.
just fucking with you.
I mean, technically, the Sparks got they're better.
More championships.
Right, right.
So, but
Chipped
to me,
up.
that's just like.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, how can you put so much energy into
Yeah.
hating? If you want to hate the Celtics like that, that's cool.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the team you're
Oh,
supposed to hate.
that's when I will cheer for the Clippers against the Celtics.
Right,
Because Celtics, fuck
But-
them motherfuckers.
So when I see it to that level, it just blows my mind. I'm like, yo, that's still LA.
yeah.
Like I just can't. Now I don't know. Everybody's different, but yeah, that's my little rant on that shit.
I think probably people started hating the Clippers that much once Chris Paul got to them, because they were hyping up like, oh, Lob City, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. They were like they were hyping it up big time.
Well, I mean, they
prior
were
to
exciting.
that, oh yeah, they were exciting. But prior to that, they were like, oh, it's over now. Lakers, it's Clippers town now. Like that was the starting point, because you never questioned it was Lakers town ever. Not that you ever questioned even when the Lakers were out of the playoffs or whatever, but it was always like Clippers are on the rise. We're gonna overtake the Lakers as the team of the city. That's when it first started, and I think that's when people started hating on the Clippers hardcore.
They did harder then.
Yeah.
But I've seen this hate for a long time, and then
Well, yeah, I mean it's always been there, but
similar
it's
to
hardcore.
other arguments, what I see in this is these haters like to raise the bar.
Raise it, yeah.
When the Clippers got built this team that was a competitor.
You don't want to sound like a bitch for the 20 years. Like shit, come on, you gotta raise the
But
bar.
when they built this team to be competitors
Yeah.
with Blake Griffin and Chris Paul and them, what you see is they are definitely better than the Lakers at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So people, instead of them like, all right, yeah, y'all got us right now, they're like, but Joel, what, you ain't got no championships. You ain't the number one seed. You ain't got no championship. Well, you're not winning a championship this year, so you're not even making the playoffs this year. What are you talking about? So
yeah, that was a rough 6 years, man. Because the Lakers, as a franchise organization, had only missed the playoffs 5 times prior to that
right.
total, and they went 6-year drought. So yeah, I can understand the animosity.
I missed the Darius Miles
Ooh.
Clipper era.
Ooh,
With
the
Quick-
knuckleheads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quentin Richardson.
Quentin Richardson, Darius
So-
Miles,
So
Lamar Odom was on the Clippers too.
Yeah.
Prior to that,
Elton
prior to
Brand,
Yeah.
Sean Livingston.
yeah, Sam Cassell was on
one that
that
people
towards the
don't
end of his
usually
career.
Remember Marco Jaric.
Marco Yards,
Uh,
who
like-
married that bomb ass supermodel. What's her name?
This guy actually remember Marco Jaric. I used to murder people in 2K5 with Jaric.
I remember him because
of
the
his wife?
Yeah, because of his wife. What was her name? Like Adriana Lima or something like
I
that.
don't even remember.
I don't know.
Chris
Oh.
came along. He was hooping a little bit.
Yeah,
No, I missed that era of the Clippers. That was
but now
was cool.
you see how he didn't mention Olawokandi
Why would I mention Olawokandi? Why would I do that?
because
That's like Clippers blasphemy.
I was only pointing out that you didn't mention him, and I knew.
Intentionally.
Yeah, intentionally. Yeah, I knew that, but
Rich ass didn't even need to be hooping. Get the fuck out of here.
That's nuts.
But anyways, Lakers, Dodgers, LA's back on the map, sports world, So shout out to all the sports teams in LA. All the sports teams in LA, they're doing good, man.
Yeah.
And they got the new stadium, the new football stadium, SoFi Stadium. I just learned that, Derez over here got season tickets and not able to even use them, to utilize them.
I mean, it is. I mean, it was expected. We knew it wasn't gonna be out
Yeah,
there. They
but
told us
still,
earlier.
like, it's just like, ooh, brand new stadium.
Yeah, it was. There
This
was a lot of
shit's-
chat, and like a lot of people were pissed off about it. We got a brand
Yeah.
new stadium, and at first there was talks when they first pushed back all the opening games. Like, oh, the Chargers are gonna open up our stadium. The Rams fans were pissy about it.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things where like I'm chilling. Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be around a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Sports game. I put them tickets straight up for sale. As
Yeah.
much as I wanted to go to that Chargers Cowboy, Rams
Cowboys
Cowboys game to
opening
open
week.
it,
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
And
Hey, it's better be safe than sorry, man.
oh yeah, and plus those tickets, the resale on those things was crazy.
Ooh.
It would have paid for over almost 3/4 of the season. Just that one game.
Just
alone.
that one game?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the opening game.
Because
and
that
it
was
against the
that's what I was
Cowboys.
gonna ask you. Like, how much of these tickets? Like, how much was the season tickets, and then how much was that first the opening game?
Well, for each seat, you have to put down for the stadium builder's license, no matter
yeah,
what. If you get
yeah,
season
yeah.
tickets,
Oh yeah.
that was $4,000. It's a one-time payment, and you get to keep them for 60 years. It's just to give you the opportunity to buy tickets, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but for the season tickets, it was only like I think it was like $1,200 for all the home games.
All 8 games, $1,200. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. And you could that season ticket thing. I mean, the stadium builder's license, the SSL. You can pay it over, I think it's like 10 years if you want. I paid it up front just to get it over with, but you can break it up to 10 years, and it adds like an extra $800 to it.
Now, I know that's way cheaper than the 49ers.
No, actually, the 49ers went down. I think
really?
Because
Because at one point, they were the most expensive of all league.
But I messed up. I totally should have jumped on this. The whole Colin Kaepernick thing. People were getting rid of their season tickets left and right. So I was in the bed at the time.
Now they embracing that nigga.
That's
It's
a
like,
good point.
come on.
I totally should have hopped on it then because I think they took a huge hit and people were like, no, I'm getting rid of my season ticket. Thank you. And totally dropped the ball on that. But I was like on a whim. I didn't even want the Rams tickets. The homie hit me up. He was like, yo, we should put our names on the list. Like, it was me and my wife. That way we can go to the home games because they were local. And on a whim, he was like, yeah, let's just put our name in the hat and put the deposit down. So I put like $100 deposit. It was like years ago. It was before they moved back. And so for the first couple of years, they were playing at the Coliseum.
Yeah, yeah.
But the first season, like I put my name on a waiting list, totally forgot about it, and out of the blue, like a year and a half later, they sent me an email like, "Hey, you have the opportunity to buy tickets."
Yeah, because a lot of people were thinking like once that new stadium is built, it's gonna be too expensive.
Yeah,
too expensive.
And sure enough, got on the list. The first year I bought the tickets, they were doing terrible. And when they were still playing, I was like,
I know a couple people that had season tickets. I used some of those tickets, went to some of those games. Yeah, they were terrible.
They were doing terrible. So I was like, all right, me and my dad were like, no, we're not gonna renew these joints. Like, nope. That was the year they were balling out of control. And I was like, hey, we didn't get the tickets. And I totally forgot about it, just let it go. And then beginning of last year, they sent me another email like, hey, we have your name on the list. Like, it's your for the new stadium because you were the original season ticket holder from the Coliseum. Your name's at the front of the list. Here you go. You have the opportunity to buy tickets. So talked to Pops. He didn't want to go in. I was like, you know what? I'll just do it. Went in, got everything. As soon as I sent the payment, I was like, oh, we're going to shut all this down. So I was like, ugh. So, I mean, but it's a nice little stadium. I've seen all the videos.
Nice little stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't too happy about where they put it and what's going on with that. But
why is that?
I mean, they drove up all the prices of the homes in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
they're building the train station right over there by the exit.
Well, I mean, that was bound to happen no matter where they put that, though.
But I mean,
it's not like they could put it in freaking Hollywood Hills.
That's true. That's
true. So Bel Air and all that shit, Santa Monica. There's nowhere else they could have put it. I think, but
I mean,
more east, yes. But I mean,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Bakersfield. There's a lot of space.
Bakersfield, the Bakersfield Rams. I mean, that's kind of how the 49ers is. They in Santa Clara. Like
40
like,
miles. That's 40 miles. I didn't realize how that was 40 miles from downtown.
I lived in San Francisco, and it took me 55 minutes to get to a 49ers game. Like,
that's
San Francisco is like 7 by 7 square miles.
Oh, I know, but it takes that long just to get to a 49er game at the Stick when you're in San Francisco.
But
I went to the last
near San Francisco.
I understand that, but it's just as long. Put in perspective, it's just as long even if you were in San Francisco. Because I went to the last game at Candlestick. Yeah, the very last game, and where we were staying, I don't know exactly. Remember where we were staying? It was something square. I can't remember.
Alamo Square?
No, I can't remember. I'd see it on the map. I know if I saw it, but it took us like an hour just to get to the stadium. Now, granted, it's the last game at the Stick. Obviously, there's gonna be traffic. It's gonna be a lot of commotion and all that shit. But it took like an hour just to get, and we were to get to the stadium. And we were only about, I don't know, 5-6 miles away, if that.
Oh wow, that's nuts.
If that.
That's nuts.
No, nothing was more nuts than remember. I think I told you. Remember that one time I came out there
to the Bay?
Yeah. That first time we met up, and I told you. Yeah. So I'm going to this site. It was like the last site before I get over to San Francisco, and actually Oakland first. But I forget the city it was. But I'm on the freeway, and I'm about 3 miles away from the location, and traffic comes to a dead stop. 3 miles. You know how long it took me to reach my destination?
An hour.
No.
2.
3.5 hours.
Sounds about right.
3 miles away. Because there was a concert on the same exit that I was getting off on.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it every
But
time.
I've never been in any kind of event traffic that took 3.5 hours to get through 3 miles.
That's LA type. But nah, in the traffic in the Bay is nuts because if you come across the bridge from Oakland into the city, it used to take an hour and a half, like in the morning, to go 17 miles. Like, that's nuts. Like, it's ridiculous.
That is nuts.
Nah, I'm cool. I don't do traffic. I can't do that.
Oh, well, you in California, fam, so
I know.
you got no choice.
No choice now.
No choice.
I think it's refill time.
Refill time, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to hop on the mic like, yo, I gotta go.
Get out the way, Josh.
Oh no! It wasn't a get out. It was
No,
like,
I-
all right, let's find a break point.
No, I get it. I get it.
Going to the table.
Get your ass under the table.
What's the other dude Orlando name?
Bloom?
Yeah, there we go.
He not black.
That's a white
Orlando Bloom?
Yeah, Orlando Bloom.
He black as shit.
No, he's not. He's from the Pirates
You
of
talking
America.
about,
Pirates of the
cuz?
Caribbean. This nigga think white people,
He's
black
talking
people.
about Orlando Brown.
Hold on.
He talked. That's so Raven.
No. Okay, no. It's the other dude. Hold on.
That's
The other
so.
dude named Orlando.
You going back to the Disney days?
That's Orlando Brown. He's annoying as hell. I met him in L.A., man. I got a picture with everything. But after that, I was like, I don't fuck with that dude.
You said Orlando Bloom.
Hell no.
Jonathan Majors. That's who I'm talking about.
I don't even know that
That
name.
on Lovecraft.
I know who he is.
Yeah,
but I don't know
that's
his
what I'm
name
talking
like
about. He's
that.
been on other movies that we've seen that I liked, but like,
Look, that's him.
yeah,
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
And then they got Omar.
Omar.
Orlando Jones. That's who I was thinking.
Oh, Orlando Jones.
Ah, okay.
He's over here thinking of it like drumline.
Cuz
And
said Orlando
My
Bloom.
bad. Yeah, he white as fuck.
I was gonna say, there's not too many brothers named Orlando.
Packers will arrive soon.
Matter of fact, there's not too many people called named Orlando.
Oh shit! I didn't know you got me something. I forgot about that.
Huh?
Somebody just told me my package for my birthday's gonna arrive soon. My birthday was like 3 weeks ago, fam. Well, thank you much.
Journey Smollett's on there too. She fine as hell.
Say what?
Journey Smollett. She
Mm.
fine as hell.
Smollett?
Yeah.
Related to Jesse?
I've wondered that.
Smollier?
I've wondered that. I
So we
don't
do
know.
not know. Let's find out real quick.
find
Let's
out,
find
yeah.
out real quick. Let's go back to.
I like the chocolate girls, but her light skin ass, you can get it.
What's her name again?
um,
How you spell it?
Journey. Is that what we said?
Smollier.
Yeah,
There you go.
right
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Alright,
She
she
did
is
that. She did that Tyler Perry movie too.
She
What's the name
looked
of that movie?
way heavier in that picture right there.
This one?
Yeah.
She's still fine.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be. Look,
Oh
they in a
yeah.
picture together.
Look right there. Yeah. I wonder. All right.
They have to be related.
Let's go back to Wiki. Wiki.
Now that I'm looking at them side by side, they look related.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit,
Right
they-
there.
they're
Boom.
brothers.
Right there. Jesse.
And they all
Siblings.
J's. Look at all the siblings. All
Yeah.
J's.
I hate when parents do that to their kids.
Ah.
Hey, she a
I
Libra
know.
though? Hey,
They're like, what other J name can we do? Jojo.
Can we do Jojo? Jacqui.
Jacques.
Je ne sais quoi. Parlez-vous français? Dude, man, we went to France last year. Well, we went to Europe last year.
He's looking stunting on us. Straight up.
I ain't stunned on nobody.
He's
Terry,
stunting on you, brokey. I
yeah,
live there.
yeah.
Hey, that's different.
This
That's
nigga
different.
Terry's been all over the damn world. What you
That's
talking about?
Different.
Look at him stunting on us. I was like, let me shut up.
I was
No,
like,
that's
Come on, as a
military
real
paid
dickhead.
for. That's different.
I want to thank y'all for y'all tax contributions to funding my extravagant
He went
lifestyle.
on
Exactly.
his own free
this
will.
nigga Terry has been all over the damn world at our tax expense.
On y'all dime.
So I paid for you.
Pretty much. I appreciate my 4 trips to Paris on your time. On your dime.
But we went to Europe during the Women's World Cup, which was last year.
That's what's up.
So that was perfect timing for us because we had planned that 2 years in advance. Just imagine if COVID happened a year earlier, we would have been shit out of luck.
I actually
know?
went to a World Cup game last year. USA versus Jamaica in Nashville.
Oh, so you went to the CONCACAF.
It was semifinal stuff, so.
Okay. Nah, nigga, this is the World Cup.
I know.
I don't want to sound like
No,
right?
Not the America's Cup.
It was not World Cup. Sorry, I think it was a Gold Cup.
Gold Cup. Okay. Yeah. That's the, is that North and South America and Central?
Fam, I know nothing about football.
I don't either.
Football.
It just
But,
was happening, and
I think
something to
it's
do, so I went.
I think it's the Americas, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's the Gold Cup.
Right.
But no, we went to the Women's World Cup. It was like a plan of ours because my sister has 2 girls.
Okay.
I have my daughter, and it was the goal was to inspire them, to see women in sports, and hey, they doing their thing because they way better than the men when it comes to football, soccer, because the men ain't shit. The men ain't shit. At least right now they ain't shit. But yeah, we went to London, we went to Belgium, and then we went to France to catch we went to 2 games out there.
That's
It was
what's up.
awesome. We went to the USA versus France game. Woo. That shit was tight.
Word.
That shit was tight.
I didn't catch the games, but when I was living over there, the homies from Germany, I was in England, the homies from Germany were like, yo, let's go on this little trip. And it was two groups of friends. So I met up with the first group of friends in Amsterdam, and Amsterdam was playing, I think, Mexico at the time. Like we got there, we didn't plan it around, and then we didn't plan it around the games. So Amsterdam was playing Mexico the night we got there, and right when we got there, the dude was like, hey, you guys came at a iffy time. If they lose, it's going to be like the whole city's having a funeral right now. So you better hope they win. They ended up winning, and we was at partying. It was like 6:30 in the morning on Monday in Amsterdam. And then after that, I went to Spain, and I think Barcelona was playing somebody in the World Cup too, and they won. So everybody was out partying. And then I went back to England, and I don't think they were playing a game, but everybody was still out and about. So it was kind of like we were just like following these teams around. It was cool little. We had a Germany stop in between too, and they were playing somebody. So it was just like it was totally unplanned, wasn't coordinated, and all the teams won that time. So it was a cool little week of partying.
Yeah.
Needed a couple days of rest after that.
Right.
It's a cool little time.
For sure. Yeah, the USA France game, that went up. I don't know. It was like 11 o'clock at night or whatever. And the sun, you still see the sun out.
Yeah.
Like it's still bright at 11 p.m.
That
out
threw
there.
me off right when I moved to Germany. Fam, I got there.
Because we went in the middle of summer because World Cup's in the middle of summer, right? Like it's 11 p.m. and the sun is still out.
Just chilling. Fam, like,
Still out.
it threw me. I called her.
The sunset is at 11:30.
Just got
12.
settled in. I FaceTime the family. I was sitting there talking to him.
I think the apocalypse is happening.
No, it threw me. Like, I didn't even pay attention to it. I thought the time on my computer was off because I was sitting there talking to mom. I was like, oh yeah, but the sun was out, and I was like, oh 9:30, cool. 10:30, 11:15.
You're like,
I'm
oh, mom, you just waking up, aren't you?
No, I was looking out the window, and I
It's
wasn't.
like, no, I done had lunch already.
I wasn't paying attention to it, but I just knew the sun was still out. So I was like, I'm not going to bed anytime soon. I still got, it's like 2 p.m. I looked up, it was 11:45. I was like, let me make sure this map on my phone is right to make sure my time zone is correct.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a trip when you see that for the first time. 11:30.
But
When the kids
on the other end, when it's time to get dark, when you change that daylight savings time, be dark like at 3 p.m. like 2:30 p.m.
God.
Yeah, that shit threw me off in England. I was on my way to work, and I was like, all right, cool. Went to work it was like lunchtime. I was like, it is black outside. Like we still got 4 more hours of work, fam.
I was gonna say when the kids out there, if they're fortunate enough to have a parent that says be in before that sun go down, they live. They turn up.
They out there living
before the
it
street
up.
lights come on. Yeah.
But no, the kids in Europe, they live a totally different lifestyle. Like,
They
you can
do.
smoke at a young age.
Dude.
Like, that's all little kid. Like,
And they're all skinny, dude.
fam.
All
Well,
skinny.
they eat healthier, right? That's a whole
Well,
other.
I
That's
mean,
a whole other
well,
topic.
because well, they smoke and then they eat healthier because they don't have all that salt.
Nah, it's not even the salt. It's the chemicals in the food. Like
That
from,
too? Oh,
From
okay.
from the way it's grown, the whole nine. Like we could talk about that later. But
Okay.
them kids out there
I
be
thought
living
it was-
a whole different lifestyle.
I thought it was
fam.
the salt because like
Y'all can
nothing
talk about that. They
had
don't know shit about it.
nothing had salt in it. Nothing.
Nothing.
I was like, no salt and then no ice. They don't believe in ice. I mean, I granted most of the year it's colder than it is here, but we were in the summer and it was a heat wave.
So it's not that they don't believe in it. They're like, fuck that ice.
It's why would I put ice in my drink when it's like gonna water it down and not flavor it right? Like fuck this shit. Like fuck them ice cubes, guys. Enjoy
They're
this
like,
shit.
hey, can we get a cup of ice? They're like, oh yeah, sure. 2 cubes.
Like they don't. I mean, living over there was a whole different lifestyle.
But
It was
granted,
a great time.
we were there during a heat wave. Like it was like an anomaly the week that we went because it was like June still. You know, June doesn't get that hot, right? Especially when you're up higher north, right? Because you know France is further north than we are.
Yep.
But it was 100 degrees.
Did they
Like
have
the
AC
first
there?
the first 3 days we were in London. The next we were there 13 days. So the next 10 days, 100 degrees in Belgium and in France. No AC.
Nope.
0. And no breeze. We had all the windows open. No breeze.
Just that dry.
It's just stagnant air. Stagnant. Like
Got
no
fans.
AC,
That's it.
fans. That's it. Oh.
That was the worst part about
And
living
then,
in Europe.
and then after that, after we left, goes back down to 70. Literally the day after we left, it went back down to 70.
And
I was
the
like, what the
windows.
fuck is this shit?
Did your windows open like that, or did they open out?
No, out.
Yup.
Out.
You get like this much space for air to come in.
Exactly.
It's-
Just a
it's
little bit
wild.
out. I was like, man, ain't this some fucking bullshit?
Before we get too deep into these random rants, have we hit a single topic in the hour we've been?
We
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
We took
LA
it-
Sports.
LA Sports, fam.
Well, I mean, I was trying to
Okay, got you.
trying to go back to it, you know. Bottom line, LA Sports at the top of the world right now. You got the new stadium, football stadium. You got the Clippers building a new stadium. You got to be a little happy about that, Josh.
super
excited
You got to be a
about
little happy about that.
that. That
though,
is actually encouraging me to get season 2.
though MSG is,
Do
you
it.
know, pissed off about that because you know the forum's still there.
Of course.
You know, so they're a little mad about that. But
They'll
you
get
know,
over- they'll get over it.
billionaire bomber, he's gonna do whatever the
Hey,
fuck
don't
he
say
wants.
it like that. He's OG, man. He's cool.
Okay, well, I meant no disrespect. I mean, like
you're the tone of your voice.
Yeah, that was mad disrespectful.
That-
Exactly.
A billionaire. Like,
billionaire bomber. I
He,
mean,
he did the mocking SpongeBob
Yeah.
on it and shit.
well, that sounds like a clip.
that reminds me of my sister. She used to be.
getting upset.
Nah, my sister used to do this thing. Like she had like a Ford Focus at
Oh,
the
do you
time.
do you
or a
want me to
Honda.
like give it up for the billionaire bomber? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's just one of those things where it's like the Tonio voice.
Like, why you gotta be all extra?
Yeah.
My sister, she used to whip her little Ford Focus. She got a little hot, but she would always like when somebody in another car pissed off, like you stupid lady in your little Mercedes. Like, fam,
I
like,
meant
we
no-
are,
I
we
meant
are
no
in a Ford
disrespect.
Focus right now.
I meant no disrespect. I understand the tone
I
of my
got you.
voice.
I
Okay,
got you.
but you know, I'm just saying because he can do pretty much
Whatever
whatever
he
the
wants.
fuck he wants. That's how I
But-
meant it.
But that's
how
what
I
I
meant
like
it.
about him is he's throwing out money to make this like.
Don't get
this-
me wrong. I mean, there's never going to be an owner like, well, you know, Jerry Buss. He's the greatest owner of all sports ever. But Bomber, like,
he going all
I got
out.
no, I have nothing but respect because he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like most owners.
And he got way more money than all the other
He does.
owners.
That's exactly. That's what exactly. Most owners have all those billions in that team. He done had billions way before he even got the team. So
Yeah.
that's like just a drop in the bucket for
You
us.
ever, you ever
motherfuckers.
seen the list of how much all the owners are worth?
Nah.
You see him, and you can't just go 1 and then 2.
No,
You'll
it's
have
like
him at
1,
1 and then dot,
2.
dot, 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 dot,
two
dot.
down here? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the military spending, how the U.S. is like,
Yeah.
oh, we cover the
Military?
next 17 nations combined.
Yes, military right here is our number one spending, and then education is like way
Oh no, I was talking about how like the U.S.
No, yeah, compared to other
countries in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but I know he was like in this when they showed the values, he was like 70 something billion,
Mhm.
and number 2 was like 8 billion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It was like a
Yeah.
huge gap.
And
Yikes.
and in the Lakers case, that's a family business. The
Right.
Lakers is a family.
Yep.
Jerry Buss, like he gave up everything, like he sold all his properties and all his real estate, all that shit to buy the Lakers. So that the Lakers is a family business.
That's smart though.
Right.
I mean, it's smart, but like it still ain't
That's
nothing.
actually, the
nothing
Titans are
compared
the
to
same way.
the-
It's a family business. When
Yeah.
Bud Adams died, and
Yeah.
Amy Adams Strunk took over, and that's his daughter. So
Yeah, and that's tight. But when you're talking about how much they're worth,
Yeah.
they down here deep in the carpet where Ballmer's right here up at the ceiling. Yeah,
Right.
so
which is weird to say because they're all
It is.
billionaires.
yeah, they're all billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And actually, they're not. So
Well-
even the billionaire part of the list is like just like the top 8,
Yeah.
and then the rest they ain't even making billions.
But it's funny because he's looking at him like brokey. Hey, he's like, you only have 8. That's cute. Hey,
I dropped that the other day
Oh,
right out of my
lunch.
pocket.
that was lunch. My bad.
No, remember
I spent that on a stadium. It ain't nothing.
what was that movie? The baseball movie with that dude from Napoleon Dynamite.
Baseball.
You remember Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in a baseball movie with you just mentioned this actor, the comedian.
Orlando Jones.
No. Earlier. Works with like Adam Sandler and them.
I don't know.
Damn, I can't.
Sure it was
remember. No, yeah. I'm pretty sure you said his name. But anyways,
Orlando Jones.
what is this
Orlando
movie
Brown.
called? In this movie, there's a billionaire who's like financing.
Is it called Moneyball?
No,
No?
it's a comedy.
Oh.
Basketball.
No, not
No.
that old. I said the dude from Napoleon Dynamite was in it.
My bad. I forgot about that. My bad.
It wasn't Orlando Bloom, was it?
But they're gonna build a stadium at like last second. The guy's like, they're like, well, what's your budget? And he's like, $1 billion. That's all I have on me. That's how I feel about that.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
It's gonna
That's
kill
just-
me. I'm gonna 30 minutes later. I'll tell y'all what
Right.
it's called. It's
Yeah.
gonna hit me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who I brought up.
Y'all can
It's not important.
Yeah, you can keep thinking
Anyway,
about that.
talk about
But
the
yeah.
election.
Yeah, exactly. Elections next week.
Y'all vote?
Would you like to go first?
Yes,
You voted?
Yes.
Or yes, you'd like to go first?
I'd like to go first.
Oh, okay.
I was just having this conversation recently. So I've never been a voter.
Okay.
So this year was the first year I was finally interested in voting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it actually had nothing to do with this election. I was interested long before this election.
Mm-hmm.
There was a woman, if you're familiar with what goes on in L.A. and their politics and all that, named Sharice Rhodes. She was on like Van Lathan's podcast back when he did that.
Okay.
And listening to her and her ideals for the city of L.A., I think she was running for like mayor or something like that.
Mm.
I don't remember exactly. But that was like the first time that I heard someone that I was interested in what they wanted to do for a city. And that got me to think that...
Disclaimer: they talk a big game, but they don't do shit about it. But anyways,
No.
Sorry,
No,
go
I
ahead.
get- But it was, for me, a lot. Like,
Yeah.
But I believed it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Listener talk. And started following her on social media. And she didn't, when they had the election, when they were
Mhm.
running and everything back
Yeah.
after she didn't win. She wasn't expected to win because she was, like, nobody really knew her like that. And she was somebody who built herself from the ground up. Like, she was nobody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She did what she had to do to get, even in the running. And so I wanted to support, I'm not a resident or anything out there. So that's what got me interested. And it got me interested in starting to, wherever I'm living, try to research and find someone who, I'm like, maybe there is somebody who, has ideals that I can back.
Right.
Because usually there isn't.
Yeah.
And so hearing somebody made me think maybe it's possible.
Okay.
My issue was with my traveling. I don't technically even have I'm always on the road.
Right.
I've lived in
Yeah.
hotels. I'm all over the country all year long. So that was the only thing that slowed me down from even figuring out where am I registering to vote or who am I researching? Like, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
And
When it's like that, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for you.
so that was the only thing that slowed me down from voting this year, because I absolutely was interested in this year. And this is the first
I've
time.
only voted one other time
Okay.
prior. That was right when I was legal. Became the legal age to vote. That was the only other time. Safe to say, this is gonna be the second time. So, yeah, and I know, Terry, you've been a big proponent of, it don't matter who you vote for. Just be about it. Don't just talk about it, be about it. It don't matter who you vote for. Just go out there and vote. It's your right. It's your responsibility. Just go out there and vote.
Right.
So, and I really appreciate you taking that stance, because I don't see a whole lot of people taking that stance.
No. There's a lot of polarization on both sides. It's, you don't like my candidate, you're over here or you're over there. And I don't want to say a constitutionalist, but I believe in things like freedom of speech. And a lot of people are, I believe in freedom of speech when you're saying what I want you to say.
Exactly.
Right.
And people look at me funny because I said, the Klan, they should be able to say whatever they want. Like, sure, the Klan should be able to have a rally no matter what.
Yeah.
Why?
That don't mean I agree with it.
Exactly. I don't agree with it. Let's say that.
Yeah.
But it's like, how
Had
can
to
I
save you there
say?
for a second.
How can I say? I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want, but you can't say anything because it doesn't fall in line with my beliefs.
Exactly.
People fail to realize you have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but you're not free from those consequences.
Exactly.
Of what
You're
comes
not
out of
free
your mouth
from the consequences.
So, I do believe people should. I don't care who you vote for, as long as you're making an informed decision. So if you believe that candidate A, who does A, B, C, D, E, and that falls in line with your belief system, who am I to tell you to vote against A, what you believe in, or B, what may be against your best interest? Granted, it might fall on the other side of what I believe in.
Yep.
But who am I to tell you to vote against your best interest?
Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, their own beliefs. And just like what me and Josh were saying the other week, there's trillions and trillions of perspectives on trillions of situations every second of every day, ever since the existence of time. So not everybody's gonna agree on every single thing. So there's really no reason to get bent up about just because, hey, Josh, I don't like what you're saying. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my. You ain't on this podcast no more, motherfucker.
I've seen people in friendships over politics.
Yeah,
and differences of opinion. Like, I don't expect all of my friends to think exactly like me.
No,
I would kind of. I would look at you funny if you were. Yep. I believe that. I believe that. Like, no, no.
Oh, you suspect, nigga. You suspect.
Kind of sus. Like, but no. My thing with politics is everybody has a difference in opinion. How you see the world and what benefits you and what you think is right. Maybe something completely different than what I believe in. And that is fine until what you're. Oh, come in.
Using what?
No.
Speaker? No.
Yeah.
I'm
Go ahead.
about to have a party? I'm about to have a dance party? But no, like, I have friends who are on both sides of the political spectrum. I'm the man in the middle calling out the hypocrisy on both sides.
Yeah.
Like,
It's good that you're able to do that.
People need to do that.
That's what I did.
Exactly.
And like, I have my politics cross party lines. They're like, and people will see me say, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote for Joe Biden just because he did A, B, and C, or he doesn't believe he's not Trump." He hasn't shown me anything that says this is what I'm gonna do that benefits the way Terrence lives.
Exactly.
Donald Trump hasn't said.
You know how
or done
far
anything.
removed you are from the effect the president would have on you. At the same time, though, like, yeah, you're making it, he's speaking the game exactly how you want to hear or whatever, but you know how far removed anything that the president decides or who you're voting for, you are from those decisions?
It depends. Like, it's a double-edged sword because there are executive orders that they can pass on.
There are, but
at the same time, I don't identify, like, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm a Republican. I bleed red, or I'm a Democrat. I don't fall in line 100% on either side.
A lot of people can't say that.
No, a lot of people can't. And that's the sad part, that everybody's getting so wrapped up in, oh, I like this candidate. That's who I'm going to identify with, and I'm going to support them no matter how terrible they are.
About them.
Even if they know everything about them, like, if you're following somebody and agree with somebody 100%, are you truly thinking for yourself? No, because I'm sure there's wiggle room on both sides.
Yep.
And the thing that I don't like is these politicians get so caught up in wrapping and passing legislation that encompasses such a broad scope. It's never a one issue vote. It's not, okay, let's talk about this stimulus package. Why are there 5,000 other things wrapped up in approving this stimulus package? And now you have the ability to paint the narrative, oh, the Democrats are holding up the stimulus package because of this, or the Republicans are holding up because of that. And they're playing politics. They're back and forth like, oh, if you give me $4 billion for taxes and roads, we'll free up the stimulus package.
Disclaimer, this is why Josh and I needed Derez in this podcast. We were not given this type of insight whatsoever.
Not even close.
Not even close.
It's just one of those things.
Go ahead,
when,
Terry.
like, why are college funding, federal funding for science, and legal immigration status, and all these policies wrapped up in whether or not the stimulus package gets approved or a tax cut for business?
Exactly.
Like, nah. Okay, this is how I believe things should get passed through. How legislation should get passed. It's like, okay, stimulus package. Let's talk about that. Okay, we need to give the American people a little bit of break because Corona, we shutting everything down. Mm-hmm. How do y'all feel about we do A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Yay or nay? Any modifications? Cool. All right, let's pass that. Next. Okay, let's talk about immigration. A, B, C, this, and that. Y'all agree? Y'all vote? No? Okay, we ain't going to pass that.
At least you'll be able to pass some sort of package. It's individualized.
Exactly. And it has the best interest of the people for that specific issue. Yeah,
but you're gathering everything together at once, and if one thing doesn't sit right, the whole thing doesn't pass. And it's like, come on, what kind of thinking is that?
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of everybody's time.
It's a waste of everybody's time. Exactly.
And these politicians only work X amount of time out of the year. So it's like, you mean to tell me we could fast track Supreme Court justice? But y'all couldn't sit together long enough to figure out whether or not the people who need this next round of stimulus.
It ain't even about that. It's just it's about power. At that point, it's about power.
But it goes back to my point that these people in positions of power don't have the American people.
They've never have. They never have, and they never will. They never will, because their only concern is, how do I get reelected?
Yep, and
that's their only concern. They'll talk the big game like, oh, I'm going to do this for you, for people of my state, the people of my region, whatever. They'll talk all that shit. But once they get reelected, they're like, fuck that shit. I got reelected. I'm sitting pretty. What do I got to do to get reelected again?
Right.
They don't want to they don't want to have any controversy, because that threatens their reelection. And we all know about like senators and representatives and all that. They don't have term limits like president does. They get reelected over and over and over and over. Just like, people point out Biden. He's been in, politics for 47 years and he haven't done shit. Well, what the fuck have you done? You've been in the same 47 damn years. Like, come on now. You're only worried about your reelection. That's it. You talk the big game. Tell people like, this is what I'm gonna give you. And then once you get reelected, you're like, fooled you, motherfucker. I'm sitting pretty. I got health care for life.
So I want to bring up something I said last week to get his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just like how you're saying, these politicians will leverage us to their benefit, basically, and because they know how we think. So an example I used last week of them taking advantage of us is we have people who will look at one specific thing about a candidate, and the specific example I used was Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like this.
We are both pro Second Amendment.
Yep.
The issue, though, I see especially when it comes to voting for a president, with people, most, not all, people who are pro Second Amendment, is I'm seeing too many people that will look at one candidate, whether it's for or against the Second Amendment for any reason, and that's all they care about. I'm going to vote for this person no matter what they're talking about, because this person is threatening my Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they're talking about. I just don't like what they're talking about.
Okay.
And for me, that's not enough. 100% pro. I actually don't personally feel like my Second Amendment is in danger of being. I don't feel like my guns are in danger of literally being taken away, even though I hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware.
Even if they were, you're gonna be hiding them and shit.
Right.
Okay.
Good luck.
No. Okay. So
Go ahead.
okay,
My
we'll
bad.
use the Second Amendment as. Oh, my mic is cutting out.
You broke it.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, because I can barely hear anything. Okay, there
There
we
you
go.
go.
Okay, we're gonna use the Second Amendment as the example. So, and I'm just gonna. Oh, damn. Hello? Nope, nothing. There we go. I'm gonna use the Second Amendment. Okay, and I'm gonna use what politicians have said. So, and this is a direct quote. Kamala Harris. If they get elected, she's going to give Congress 100 days to pass common sense gun control measures, or she's going to invoke executive action to do what she wants to do, however she sees fit with firearms. Okay. Let me ask you this. Would you rather leave your family's safety in the hands of yourself with your firearm, whatever firearms
You don't
of
even
choice
need to finish the question.
at your house, whatever you have, whatever state you live in, the legalities, as long as you're a legal gun owner? Or would you rather have the government, aka calling 911 saying, hey, this is happening, I need your help, come save me? Whose hands would you rather have that in? Yours
What kind
or
of shit is that?
yours or the whoever you call it?
No. Of course, the answer is obvious. Obviously, I want it in my
I'm not
hands.
letting
Now-
anybody.
Now here's the thing though. Here's the thing.
Okay.
When a politician says we're gonna pass common sense gun laws and we don't need weapons of war, using vague terminology, we don't need weapons of war on our streets to protect our family. Those types of hands don't belong. Those type of firearms don't belong in the hands of the everyday citizen. Doesn't belong in a civilized civilization. When they use vague language like that, that's what scares me, is because it's a vague term that the people who aren't familiar with guns, they're guns bad, they make loud noise, I'm scared of. They don't know the operation of it, how they function. But it gives them the power. It gives the politicians the power to say, oh, the way we worded this, y'all thought we was talking about them big old scary AR-15s. Like, nah,
No,
what
we're
we
talking
worded
about that 22 in your
speaks
pocket.
about the function of a regular pistol. So when it comes to fundamental issues like that, I'm like, yo, I can't rock with you, because if you're telling me you're gonna protect me better than I can protect myself,
Nope.
and you're saying I don't trust you enough to have the firearms that these people around me who were hired to protect me have,
Nope.
I can't trust you, because you're in a position to say, oh, we got all these guns over here, and y'all can't have them. So what happens when I want to really get out of line? What you gonna do about? What you gonna do?
They're gonna kill me before they help me.
Right. So, and the way you funneled this also brings up the problem of the two-party system. So
yes.
Now, obviously, we are on the same page on how we feel about that. So that would drive us away from this candidate. But with a lot of people, driving away from one candidate means they're just, without even caring or even thinking about what
And
the
that's
other
a problem,
candidate
too.
is going to do.
Because
I'm
That's a
just gonna
segue.
go the
Hey,
other way.
that's a
Because
good
the other
segue.
party is
That's a
other
good
side of the same
segue to
coin.
what my next point was. And I don't know if you guys remember this. I was on a Facebook post. A friend from ours from high school said something. When is there going to be a time where there's going to be a third party that has an actual shot at being a president?
when we break that mindset.
One, when we break that mindset, but two, it's not going to be until our generation is the elder generation.
And
That's the first I'm not saying that's going to happen then, but that's the first opportunity that will happen, is a different party, whatever it may be, whatever the party is, other than Republican and Democrats. That's going to be the first opportunity for a third party to have a chance
An
at being
actual
president.
chance?
An
Yeah.
actual chance at being president. To be even on the ballot. That's
No,
the
they're on the
first-
ballot.
Oh, they're okay.
But here's my thing about it. That same thing that you were talking about. It's like, oh, every time I see this circular logic of, third parties will never win. And it's funny because it happens like this in a vacuum every time. I've
And it
been
won't.
voting
They won't.
since 2000. I think the first election I voted in was 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
So
here.
I've been voting and I skipped one election. That was the second election. It was 2000.
Eight.
No. When was Barack
The 12?
Obama's?
The second one?
Yeah, the second one.
12.
2012. That was the one election I skipped. I was overseas and didn't turn my ballot in. Whatever.
Got it.
But every time it was like, yo, there's a third party on the ballot. Like, let me see what they talking about. Okay, they talking about they cross party lines. Like,
Yeah.
they have some ideals that are right, some that are left, but most of it, they're.
But you'd be
they're
a
good
fool to
common
think
sense.
that they actually had a shot.
But they do. See, here's the thing. It's like everybody keeps talking about the left and the right. And there's like, and every time, every election, they always keep saying, oh, now's not the time for a third party. You're just wasting a vote. You're just wasting a vote. We can't. It's the most important election of your life. That's the bullshit they tell you
Oh,
on
yeah.
every
Yeah.
election.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
get it.
Oh, you're wasting your vote voting for the third
But you know
party because
you know who the ones that are saying that though.
both sides.
No, I'm not. It's not even the party size. It's the generation that's saying that.
I've heard it from people my age who are like, oh no, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you're basically voting for Donald Trump, and if you don't vote for Donald Trump, then you're basically
Yeah, I'll
voting
give you
for
that.
Joe Biden.
I'll give you that.
And
I'm just
it's-
I'm thinking more of a on a whole scale as the country, because the oldest generation right now in our lives is our parents, baby boomers, and all that. They're the ones that practically control our country right now. And they're still going. It's not until we are that age
You
that
can't
we'll
even
be able to change that narrative. I understand what you're
you
saying.
can't even leave it up to that because
I know
everybody's falling
I'm not-
into that
I'm
two-party
not-
system.
I'm not leaving it up to that, but that was my point. It's like that's going to be our best first opportunity, like legit.
I hope it happens.
I hope
because-
it happens too, but I feel like that's going to be our first legit opportunity to have a third party actually have a legitimate shot, because it all starts the same. Every election starts the same. There's a third party, towing each party's lines and everything, but once it gets down to it, close to the election, they're nowhere to be found.
And that's the problem with having money in politics. I
Yes.
will say this.
Yes.
I really think Bernie Sanders' second go around, he should have not sided and run as a Democrat. He should have run as a third party, and that would have been the best chance to get the most eyes on a third party option. And everybody would have been like, oh, so we don't have to go Democrat or we don't have to go Republican.
Because a lot of people do love Bernie.
Bernie Sanders has a huge following. And
Yeah,
if he
he
would have
does.
said, yo, I'm either going to run independent or libertarian, everybody would be like, wait. We ain't heard too much about these parties. Let me look into them.
Yeah.
And they would have seen that there's X amount of percentage of people.
They're Democrats
and this
and
is the circular
Republicans.
logic that I hate. Is like I was talking about earlier, is when people say, oh, if you vote third party, you're wasting a vote. This is the most important election of your life. And if you vote for third party, you're basically voting for our opponent.
Newsflash, every election is the most important election in your life.
Exactly. And if there's a growing trend of people voting third party, people are going to see that, oh, well, if the Democrats got 32% of the vote, the Republicans got 39% of the vote, where are the rest of the percentage of those votes going? Because obviously there's somewhere of the 100% of people that voted. If
There's the other 29%.
if both parties only got 40, there's a 20%. It's like, oh, wait a minute. There's a growing trend of us voting third party.
Yeah.
So as long as that trend keeps going, and I hope
it does. I hope it
there's
does.
a point where it's
and that's
a
probably
33% split.
where I was heading towards. Like once we are the elder statesmen of the country, it's probably going to grow larger than where
Until we
we're
get
at
there,
now.
we should start pushing it.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
I'm in a really prime spot to kind of see how it's, and this is what I was trying to allude to earlier, is that the younger generation, I saw them go from, oh, let's go Bernie Sanders, cool. Oh, he didn't win the nomination. All right, well, we're going Democrat.
Yeah.
And then it was, oh, of all these people who were running for the Democratic platform this year, it's like, oh, I saw them as they started slowly dropping out and getting eliminated. It was, oh, let's go vote for them. Oh, I hate this person. This is my candidate. Oh, well, damn, they dropped out. Oh, okay, well, since they're still on our side, let's go vote for this
Yeah.
one. Oh shit, they dropped out too. Oh, well, let's go vote anybody but Trump. And that's a dangerous platform
That
to
is
run on.
dangerous. It's very
That's
dangerous.
to run on, because now you're just like, oh, this person didn't stand for what I believed in, but it's better than going to the other side.
Yeah.
But they just contradicted everything you said. And a lot of people were like, oh, you take a look at Joe Biden's history, you take a look at Kamala Harris' history, and the things
Nothing
that
to
they've
smile
done,
about.
and it's, okay, you guys are screaming Black Lives Matter and, anti-police brutality for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and it's getting progressively louder.
Yeah.
And you get two candidates who have a track record
Who have a track record.
of...
Go ahead, say it now.
No,
Come on, say it.
hold on. Like, you've been saying all cops are bastards, defund the police, fuck the police, all that other anti-police shit. Then you have the author of the 1994 crime bill.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
And-
so he was the author? I thought he was. I didn't know he was the author.
He
I
was
thought
either the author or the co-author.
He copped it. I know he co-signed it.
And then you have
Okay.
an enforcer of that,
Yeah.
who's on record saying, "Oh yeah,
If anybody in California knows,
I lock niggas up for
she's
smoking
in a-
weed, but let me laugh and joke about it. Yeah, I smoked weed before. Come on, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So you gonna laugh about the same situation?
That's the white part of me. Yeah,
And
that's the white
then-
part of me.
You have an instance where she is on record having evidence that would exonerate this individual from a crime that he did not commit,
Multiple cases.
and then saying,
Nah.
I got a record to defend. Lock that
yeah,
nigga
yeah.
up.
I need that 99.
You spent all summer throwing bricks through buildings, burning shit down. All cops are bastards. Fuck the police. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
But we're gonna vote for them because they're not Donald Trump. Now, don't get me wrong. Donald Trump does not have the cleanest record. He's done some shady shit. However, when you compare the shit that he's done to what they've done to hurt the black community,
Yeah.
this nigga, he's less evil. That's all I'm gonna say. He's the lesser of two evils in that sense.
So basically, you're saying, Biden come out. Oh, now you want to be my friend.
In that particular
category. In that particular category. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He's had some anti-black housing discrimination suits, all that other good jazz.
Not even just black. Anti every other race.
Yeah. So he has a sketchy past.
He's
not
moments.
clean, and don't take that as an endorsement for Donald Trump because it's not.
Nope.
But when you look at something like that, and it's like, okay, you have somebody who's helped create this system, and you have somebody who helped maintain this system, and then you have somebody who's just operating as a byproduct of that system. And all three of them are fucked. Don't get me wrong, they're all fucked up.
And make no mistake, this system is working
as
perfectly fine.
It's not
as
broken.
designed, it's not broken. So anybody says that this system is broken, you are a fool. Because this is exactly how it was designed. It's working to a T.
It is working
right
exactly
now.
as designed. But it's just like
Go ahead.
I don't like the blind wavering support
Yeah.
for a platform that says we're just not the other guy. Never mind that shady shit. And people want to talk about, how could Ice Cube meet with Donald Trump? Ice Cube said, hey, this is my plan for Black America. I want to talk to you on the left. I want to talk to you on the right. Let's sit down, and then I'm going to throw my support behind whoever's willing to get behind and stand. Like, I'm not just going to give you my vote for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, if these are a list of my demands, you can either accept them and say, okay, I can work with some of that. We'll tweak some of this, and I'm willing to work with you to earn your vote. Or you can say, no, I don't even talk to you at all. But, no, fuck that. No, I'm not dealing with that. From what I've heard and what I've read, the party on the left was like, oh, no, we're not going to meet with you until after we get elected, and then we'll talk about it then.
You obviously don't want to make it work then.
And then the party on the right, Orange Man Bad, Boogeyman said, let me sit down, talk to you, see what you got.
Not quite.
What happened?
He met with the little homies.
Okay. And what happened?
Just to say it happened.
Okay. Now
nothing came of it.
Yeah, nothing came of it. It
Optics.
may have been optics, but it was let me see what you are talking about.
But but the little homies, like people nobody's heard of, that's who he met with. But the bigger people said, hey, he met with us.
Yeah.
Understandable.
He cool. This guy's cool.
He was still willing to sit down and have that.
To me, that's not willing.
No.
But he sat down and had it. But it wasn't a, nah, you just vote for me and we'll talk about it later. I'll holler at you later. It was somebody over there on that camp. All right, we'll talk about it.
To me, they translate to the exact same thing. A photo op versus I'm not even going to deal with you. It's the same.
I don't. Because it's it's one of those, hey, we got a track record of a shady history. Trust me, I got you this time. I got you.
Trump's
But
got
vote
a
for me
track,
first.
Trump's got a track record of photo ops.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. It's
Yeah.
still one of those, if you're not going to listen to what I have to bring to the table, why should I throw my blind, unwavering support in your favor for you to say, trust me, I got you later, when you have a history of saying, fuck you, not going to do it.
Oh, no, yeah.
And so
Like
it's
I
one of
said,
those
it's not
things.
And
me
he's,
saying
do-
that.
he's
The
doing
other
it.
side
He's
is
not
curious.
just doing it to one
No, I'm looking
community.
at both sides.
He's
like,
doing it to every fucking body.
I'm looking at both sides. Kind of shit. Like,
Everybody.
yo, you looking funny in the light. It's kind of like when both sides have this thing about celebrities and their endorsements.
Yep.
When you're on the left, it's like, oh, this celebrity endorses my candidate. Hey, yeah, the greatest thing ever. Go support him. Blah blah blah. They vote him. If a celebrity endorses the candidate on the right, oh, they're lost. We got to cancel them. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The right,
That
when a
cancel
celebrity
culture.
endorses them, let's pop them up. Perfect example. Lil Wayne just met with Donald Trump. Whatever. Oh, every Republican that I know posting photos of Donald Trump and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Opposite side of the spectrum. LeBron James speaks up in support of the other candidate. Oh, you're just a basketball player. You're an entertainer. Shut up. You don't know anything about politics.
Exactly. Shut
And
up and dribble.
it's
That narrative.
It's the hypocrisy on both sides that does it. It's just like, nah, like y'all looking funny. Like, how is it okay for when they support your candidate? Yeah. Celebrities, they're good. We gotta. But when they don't, it's cancel them, or you're just a celebrity, you're just an entertainer, you don't know shit about politics. But when they endorse your
That's
candidate,
funny you say that,
let's
'cause
sing their praises.
That's funny you say that because my uncle and I had posted. I don't know if you guys seen it or whatever. I shared a post that you shared. It was politics and sports. If you don't want politics and sports, don't play the national anthem and don't have the military be paying these leagues to promote, their propaganda and all that shit. So I shared that, and I took a beat, to sit and think about, should I share this or not? And I felt comfortable sharing it because you're obviously in the military, right? My uncle, actually two of my uncles were in the military, but one more predominantly in the military, Marines. And I know other people that have been military. So I'm like, okay, but my main perspective is like, Terry's posting this, like he's been in the military. If he feels comfortable sharing this and everything, I should feel comfortable. I'm solely basing it off of Terry,
Right.
but I was like, I totally agree with what he shared. I'm going to share it as well. Let me tell you, my uncle, he responded to that unfavorably, to say the least. And this is, my mom's brother, and he was in the military, and he's had some unfavorable words to what I had shared. And this will be a totally different topic and another different time. But he said certain things that that did not sit well with me, and it bordered, and I know I'm getting a little off topic here, but he made me question, how am I viewed in my own family? Because I have views different than some of my family. Right. But he took a hardcore route towards it. And like I said, this will be another topic for another day, but it made me really question, how my own family sees me and my own political views.
Totally.
And how they're gonna, whether they're gonna shut me out or they're really gonna accept me for how I view, politics. And it really kind of, I won't say shook me to my core, but it really made me sit and think about where I stand in my own family.
Right.
And man, it was tough. It was really tough. And I know that got a little off topic, but it just reminded me of that. But where I was going to go to next was, I think this will be the election, at least in recent memory, where I think the youth is going to have an overwhelming turnout in years past. And when I say youth, I mean even us or younger, because we're still considered youth, right? We're the millennials or whatever. We're still viewed overwhelmingly the youth. And we're going to have such a big turnout this year. I think we can't ignore you know, there's always going to be people like debating the results of the presidency, you know, the election. But our turnout is going to be a ridiculous turnout. And what I mean is that there's going to be so many people voting, so many diverse communities, minorities, age groups that are going to be voting. Like, this is going to be an election I think that will probably, I don't want to say hopefully, but we will probably never see again as far as turnout.
I just hope it's an informed turnout. Like I said, I don't care
Exactly.
who you vote
Informed.
for.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Make an informed
And,
decision.
you know, a lot of people are not willing to say what you're saying. You know, they're just like, well, as long as you vote for who I want to vote for, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
No, you're over here saying like, as long as I don't care who you vote for, just this is your civic duty, this is your responsibility, this is your right as an American to vote. Just go out there and vote. Make it informed, not just based off the social media posts, and Twitter and all that shit.
And it's stuff like where people get so caught up in reading the tidbits on social media. I was going back, speaking of social media posts, back when everybody was talking, oh, California's legalizing pedophilia. I was like, wait, what? I saw that and I was like, this just sounds stupid.
It's silly.
So I looked it up, went in, pulled up the California penal codes, all that other good jazz, did all my research, and I was like, nowhere in here does it say California's legalizing pedophilia.
Right.
There are
several
different subsections under crimes against minors that say you will be slapped with a misdemeanor or a felony.
And you did post something about that, didn't you?
I
Yeah, I
definitely
remember
did.
reading that. I remember reading that.
So that was going on for a couple of weeks, and so I posted it once, and I was like, okay, here goes the breakdown of the penal code, this, that, and the third. And then a couple weeks later, one of my best friend's friends, so he's a third-party affiliate, he posted it. Like, California's legalizing pedophilia. This is why we're all going to hell. All this other good jazz. He was on his religious soapbox. And I was like, all I commented was, nowhere in the penal code does it say California has legalized pedophilia. It says if you do A, B, and C, you will be charged with this. If you do D, E, F, you're going to be charged under a completely different penal code. Everywhere in the California penal codes, it covers any crimes against minors. Whether you are a minor or an adult, a minor defined under the age of 17 and under, I'm sorry. If you do A, B, and C, you're going to be charged with this. And when it came to crimes of rape, sexual, it was, what was it? Sodomy, oral copulation, things like that. Anything like that done to a minor, you're going to be charged under a completely different penal code. And then I copied and pasted.
You did.
Verbatim what the penal code said, and somebody said, no, that's not what it says. Read the law.
Granted, now, government language is very difficult to understand.
I completely agree.
Because I work for a government.
I completely agree. But
It
when
is very
somebody
hard to
says,
understand.
oh, you should read the law, bro, that's not what it says, and you copy and paste verbatim and says, if you are above the age of 18 and you do this to anybody under the age of 18, this is what you're going to be charged with. And then they were like, no, it still says there's a 10-year age gap. And I said, again, if you do this unwillingly, this is what's going to happen to you. So you're not going to be charged with, it's not legal. I'm going to say it is illegal to do anything to a minor. That's not what it says, bro. You're choosing to remain willfully ignorant because I'm telling you exactly what it says verbatim and how you will be charged based on the crime that you commit.
Right.
And people are like, no, that's not what it says. That's exactly what it says, bro. And you're choosing to remain ignorant. And that's what throws me off because people are just like, they refuse to read. They want to digest little tidbits and they get one headline that is written by a biased author on a biased platform whose boss said, you need to write it like this so we can drive clicks and drive traffic to our website and all of our other social media platforms for money. And nobody wants to read the fine print of what's really going to happen. And that's the problem with politics in America.
And social media.
Exactly.
I did the same thing you did when I saw people posting about that exact same thing. First thing I did was go look it up. And after reading it, I'm like, that's crazy. That nobody's reading, they're just sharing. And I had a friend who, just like you, made a post that broke it down. It was a rant with a breakdown, explaining everything. And then I think like not long after, then I saw that you had posted one too, and I shared hers too, I believe. And but it's literally any kind of post you'll see that you can tell, and I always click the links because I know if I see that headline and it looks controversial, I almost can guarantee if I open it and read the context, it's not controversial at all.
At all.
And,
At all.
And then when you reread the headline after knowing the context, you're like, this makes sense.
I got to take another piss again. Potty break.
Well, that's what I went to.
You see me rocking back and forth, bro.
That's what I went to just go do. I was like, I didn't think you guys had to go. I was like, I can't do it tomorrow.
I told myself 145.
Okay. All right. Cool. What the?
That was Josh and his microphone.
Okay. All right. So where were we at? We were at still talking politics.
Nah, we wrapped that up. Like, yeah.
Oh, you wrapped that up already?
Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot what
shit.
my closing point was, but it was poignant.
My closing
It was
point
tight.
was,
It was tight.
my closing point was that this whole thing, the youth, getting involved in the election, it's just gonna have a snowball effect. It's not just gonna be the presidency; it's gonna be all the propositions for each and every state.
Yeah.
They're gonna actually start looking into it, what they mean.
I hope they do, because
I hope that
that's where real change
the
is
hope
gonna come from.
That is where
Because
real change is gonna come.
I was reading a
all
lot of
those
those
people
measures.
that have been protesting everything. Okay, you've been protesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Show me that you're willing to put the work in to actually read each proposition and, what your party actually represents and what they're doing and all that. Put in the work.
Yeah.
Put in the work.
Prime example from that was I was reading through all of the little candidates who were on the ballot to get reelected for certain positions or to get elected for certain positions. And there was they all had their little bios and what they were about, things that they've done. And it's in the back of the ballot book that they send you.
Yeah.
And one of these politicians was so cocky they just left it blank.
Damn.
You didn't even care enough to submit hey, this is I'm in the seat now.
Oh, they know what I'm about. They read the last election
Yeah,
pamphlet.
it's just like you were that cocky to say, oh, you know what? I ain't even gonna fill it out, guys.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If
Yeah.
you vote for me, you do. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
And that right there was like, oh, just because you didn't
Slap
fill
in the
that
face.
out, I don't know who you are. I
Yes.
didn't do my research last time. I didn't
But
vote for you.
See, you're a rarity in that.
And I hope people go in
People
and read these
blindly
local
vote.
measures
People
and
blindly
the
vote.
true effect that they actually have on you, on the people who they're gonna affect.
Yeah, exactly. So the last point I wanted to make about this whole, election and all this politics was the Electoral College and how, and this is just, as I said before, my perspective, my opinion, that needs to be updated. Now, people say it works, people say don't, whatever. But I think the bigger issue is that people don't understand how it works. The Electoral College consists of the 100 senators, 2 for each state, which is also, that's another issue, absurdity. California's got the most populous state, but I get the reason why all that is. No need to get into that. But the other 438 are the representatives of each state, and some states have more than others. So, and people are confused on how the Electoral College works. A lot of them. And the very basic way that I could lay it out for everybody is you got the 100 senators and the 438 representatives. So you have a total of 538 votes for the Electoral College, right? So people are, when it says president needs at least 270 to win, they're like, oh, where those 270? Where these votes come from? Well, the 100 senators and the 438 representatives. Some states have more than others. So at the very bottom level of the Electoral College is if you vote for a certain representative and say for example, you're a Democrat, but a representative gets voted, a Republican gets voted in for your representative, guess who they're going to vote for? Their vote's going to go to the Republican Party. So that's where those votes come from. So it's up to the people to know who their representatives are and know when the time comes, know who they're going to vote for.
Usually, don't they vote for the majority that the state wanted for? That's a normal thing.
Yes.
But they're
And
not legally obligated to do that. So
Exactly.
they can go rogue.
Exactly. They can go rogue. Yes. And that's why you see, the majority, you only have a few battleground states. It's because, the majority of representatives of each state go with, whatever the party they
I personally
follow.
think that the Electoral College just needs to go.
I won't go as far right now. I won't say it needs to go. It needs to be improved, updated, whatever adjective you want to put in there. It needs to be changed.
Yeah, my question is, if everybody has
But at the bottom-
ballot
Yeah.
that says you can either vote for one of these 5 candidates, and it's not like, oh, I'm registered as a libertarian or I'm registered as a Democrat, I'm only going to get the Democratic candidate on my ballot. You're going to get everybody who's running for the office of the president. If the majority of Americans say, hey, this is who I want for my president, no matter which way it goes, why should there be a subset of people who say, oh, this is how our election is going to turn out?
Yeah.
Because they're put in position of power based on how we voted.
Yeah.
At every level of government, with the exception of those who are appointed. But anyway, there's an election. Because what's the point of having all these people on the ballot if there's going to be another special election that we're not privy to, and somebody else is deciding who is going to win? If 37% of America says, "No, I don't want this person as my president," and the other 60% does, but they flip and it's like, "Yo, okay." Like, prime example: Donald Trump lost the popular vote last election.
Yeah.
Riddle me that, Batman. Like, I'm not saying, I don't care who it is. Like, you can enter whoever's name you want to. If the majority of the nation says, I don't want this person as my president, why do we flip? But we'll just do that there. Let's move on. We can go to the other one. Let's go to the other one.
You want to go to the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's lighten the mood. Let's lighten the mood.
Yeah, that's like we can't end on politics. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, we ain't
yeah.
on politics.
All right. So this is gonna be a total 180.
Total.
Total.
On a lighter note.
On a light, yes. Please pause for 10 seconds of first station identification.
Sports head.
Hey, that's all I could think of.
Some people wouldn't get that.
I have a question for y'all, and actually, Derez brought this to my attention. Why do you think? I'm just speaking for the fellas here.
Hold
you
on,
know.
hold on.
This
If
is
you
hell
gonna
of a 180.
if you gonna go to that first one, that YR, that wasn't me. That was Josh.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Where we at? Where we
Who's
at?
That YR question?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
That was
Oh, for
Josh's
real?
question.
Yeah, remember I came in.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Oh yeah.
Come
You're
on.
right. You're right.
Because I don't think that's a true statement.
No, it's not
Okay.
a statement.
not-
not a statement.
It's a
don't
question.
Think, I don't think it's a valid question.
Okay.
I think it's a valid question that's going to
Okay.
get a response that they're not expecting.
Okay, I take that back. Okay, it is. Every question is valid. I
So
will say that.
can we agree that I should ask it?
Yes, you should.
Yes.
Okay.
Now
okay.
we're ready to transition.
Now we're okay. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Why is it that men are loyal to their their brothers, their homies, and they'll ride or die with them, but when it comes to the girl they're with, they're willing to take the chance to either whatever the case may be, cheat, skip out on them, ditch them for their homies, or just flat out mess around on them. Why do you think the fellas are willing to go through that?
I think it's.
And this is just we can only speak for the guys. I can't
Right.
speak for the other side for the for the ladies out there, but I'm asking you guys as fellas, why is it we're willing to do that?
I think it's so. I think the way the question is worded is kind of weird because it's like there's two different standards of loyalty in this. Like
Okay.
And I, by no means am I condoning cheating or messing around,
No.
treating your girl like shit. None of that, because.
And it might not even, and that's might not even. That's not just what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just like, why are you willing to put the boys first?
Oh, okay. Well, in that sense, that's. But let me answer that the way the question is worded.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
there's no temptation to go hang out with people who don't like the homies. Like
Yeah.
when men cheat because of temptation. Like that.
Yeah.
It's not like
There's no feeling involved.
Yeah, and it's not like
Well,
you're more
okay.
loyal to your girl than you are the homies. It's it's not like, oh, I see another group of dudes like, yo, they look like mad fun. Like, I ain't gonna hang out with the homies. Like, it's not like, ooh, they doing fun shit. Let me fuck the homies. I'm gonna go over there and hang out with these dudes. Like, oh, you don't like the homie, you don't like homie Tim and Josh, but y'all over there doing fun stuff. Hey, nah, I can't make it, guys, because I'm out here doing the fun shit with no. But when it comes to cheating, it's like there's a temptation there.
And for the record, I have no perspective on that right now because
yeah, you in a whole situation.
I'm not single.
A wife and kids.
Yeah. I'm locked down. Yeah,
but no. Now, when it comes to why do men cheat and mess around on a woman? Because that's whack. I don't know. I've done that once. I'll admit I cheated once, and it was when I was in high school.
Ooh,
me and my girlfriend at the time were. I lived in Riverside. She lived in Burbank, and neither one of us had a car.
Oh, that's different area codes.
So it was like
different area code, zip code.
We see each other once every 3 months.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
And it wasn't like I got don't get me. I'm not condoning my behavior because it was trash.
Yeah.
I could have broken up with her and then went out and did what I did.
But done the honorable thing.
I did. I hit her up. I was like, yo, I did something that I'm not proud of, and I can't be the man that you want me to be. So I'm gonna break this off because I don't want to keep putting you through that. And she was like, I don't want to break up with you. That was not a deal breaker. I understand. Don't get me wrong. That was very mature of her at that age.
You got her under a spell, nigga. You got her under a spell. You done trained her right.
No.
You must have got the draws. That's what it was.
But it was just one of those things. It was like, look, I'm not like I have needs that need to be met.
Yeah.
We see each other once every 3 months. This ain't gonna work out for me. Like, I like, you're a great woman. It wasn't anything you've done. It wasn't anything that you didn't provide. It wasn't anything that I wasn't getting from you. It was just, I have my needs, and the way our situation is set up, you live in an hour and a half away. Yeah. Neither one of us have a vehicle to go see each other like that. We got to go, beg, borrow, and still, con the homies or con my mom or my sister to let me get the car. And it's just like, this ain't gonna work. We're young, we still got a lot of growing and exploring to do. So let's just call it quits. Okay. And work it out. And then a couple years later, we ended up getting back together. So it worked. Hey. But it was just one of those things. But we didn't work out. But I'm still single to this day. But it's just one of those things. The whole time, bro. But no, it was just one of those things. Okay. I think men cheat and mess around. They're not loyal to their girl because they're whack. That's some whack shit. Yeah. And they're tempted. They're tempted to get. They need to get their needs met. There's a need that
everybody needs their needs.
Yeah. Everybody has needs, no matter what. And it's not a.
Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes it's not. It's just a matter of the circumstance.
No, like you're saying. Yeah, you got to be really clear and upfront about your intentions and what you need and what you want in your partner and what you want from your partner. Because if you're not, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. Put yourself in a situation like this. So if you're not clear about what you want and need from your partner, and your partner isn't clear about and upfront about what they're going to or willing to provide, you're setting yourself up for a bad situation. Yeah. And men would be surprised how far they would get if they just say, hey, I need A, B, and C. I want A, B, and C. They're going to take it or leave it. Because one thing I've learned is women are very matter-of-fact creatures. And they're not, nope, not going to work for me. Nope. Some women are like that. Some women are just like, okay, this is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm not willing to do. But it'll get you a whole hell of a lot further if you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to fuck. Or I'm just trying to go do this. I don't want a relationship. Yeah. There are women who are in that phase of life who is like, look, I'm busy. I got shit to do. And I don't want to have a relationship. Everybody ain't for everybody. What you need is what you need. And they're going to keep pushing. You either get it, they're going to offer it and agree with it, or they're going to keep pushing. Ain't no reason to lie, cheat, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then you go out and treat your supposed partner, your equal, who you want to grow and build with, like trash. Because then you're just like, yo, your character is flawed. Nah, I'm cool.
Man, Terry, that's some top shelf. Some top shelf where they keep the cereal, man. That's some good shit right there.
Nah, fuck that shit. Next time I got a topic, I'm going first. You took all my points.
Oh, my bad.
You took all my points.
My bad.
But I'm going to go anyway.
Go ahead. Do it. Do your thing.
So, to feed off of what you already said, first things first. Just like I said, this is apples to oranges. Cheating on your significant other versus being loyal to the homies is not comparable.
True that.
Not at all. that question in general.
I guess that's why it came back as in like, why are you willing to dip on her
no.
for your homies? And, you know,
I didn't even want you to reword it.
okay,
I
okay,
wanted it exactly the way
Okay.
I brought it up.
okay.
Because to me, that
Yeah, this
asking
was
it
your
like
question. This
that-
was your question. Yeah.
Asking it like that is petty as hell.
Very.
You're just trying to stir a pot when you ask a question like that in that way. Like that doesn't even make sense.
Then why'd you ask it, nigga?
No, I wanted to address it.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
Yeah.
why I
Okay,
brought
okay,
up this
okay.
topic.
Because that's how people
The
ask questions like that.
origin for people who are listening, these guys
Okay.
know I told them already, was I saw this on Snapchat. The young lady who posted it, she just shared it from someone else, and
Got
I
it.
wanted to respond on there, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna save this for the pod.
That
So
was this question.
There you go. Yep.
when I saw this, as I said, first thing I thought was, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do. So when it comes to being loyal to the homies, let's make this apples to apples. If y'all do some fuck shit, whether it's robbing banks or whatever, just something stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm that loyal homie that's not gonna snitch on you and throw you under the bus, if I have a woman that I'm in a relationship with and she does that same thing that y'all did, I'm gonna give her that same loyalty. I'm not gonna throw her ass under the bus either.
Nah, but
Because-
I am gonna say y'all doing some goofy shit.
Right. I'll correct you, but I'm not gonna, if I'm willing to do that for the homies and I'm in a serious relationship, obviously I'm gonna do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
as you
So,
should.
trying to compare that to, like, just like you said, you're not skipping out on the homies because these homies look cooler over here, and then these homies is jealous, like, oh, that's how you go. No, that's not it.
And even then, it's just like I said, it's not like, oh, I know this group of dudes over there don't rock with y'all, but they doing some fun shit, so I'm gonna hang out. Like,
Right.
that's cheating on the homies right there.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And we just don't.
that's
do-
like Bloods going to hang out with the Crips, and it's like, oh yeah, because
That's like
doing
y'all
fun
niggas.
shit.
That's like y'all niggas. Are, oh, this nigga over here got a better podcast than T.One over here. Like, I'm gonna
Right.
go fuck with this motherfucker right
on
here.
the same night we supposed to be recording.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't. It just don't work.
It don't work like
that.
that. Yeah, it
so
don't work
that's
like
not what's happening. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
To address the cheating side, I mean, some people are just weak, weak-minded, weak with the temptations, like you said, weak physically, whatever it is. They not only weak, but then there's the part of putting yourself in a situation you shouldn't even be in to even
In the first place.
think that you have an opportunity to cheat or think you might
Get
fall
away
under
with-
to some
yeah.
temptation or anything.
I have a story, but I am not gonna say it because it involves people we know.
Oh shit!
All right, yeah.
So,
yeah. Don't,
and I
don't
have
do
a
that,
similar
man.
story to what
I
you
want to
said.
live too. I want to live too.
Nah, it's crazy. Like, no, when I say it's crazy, it's like we could write a movie about this. Like, dead ass.
We could what?
We could write a movie about
We'll
it.
do that after the show.
Oh
But
yeah,
nah, it's-
Hey,
let's
yeah.
just
That's
say-
after the pod. This
let's
is
just say-
just to get us on the map.
Situation.
So just like you say, you know how you had an old girl in high school and you had that situation. I had an almost identical situation. So my first real relationship was in 10th grade. Real, you had the little stuff
Yeah,
before
yeah.
that, bullshit, whatever.
The little chase you around the
Them don't count,
schoolyard.
though.
So I had this serious relationship in the 10th grade, my first like real serious one. We spent all our free time together in between classes, after school, all that good stuff. Going to the movies across the street from where I went to high school at Ike Mob. And so it was about 6 months. The last, it was like 9 months before you hit the summer that the whole school year is. So the 6 months that led into the summer is when her and I dated. And the issue was her dad was real strict. She couldn't have a boyfriend. I couldn't have a girlfriend either, but, fuck it.
Hey.
So we never contacted each other outside of school. Because I can't call the house. She
Yeah.
can't have no boys call.
The house
Yeah.
phone.
Right, exactly.
Who the hell calling this? Call my house at 10 o'clock in the morning
It's me,
or at night. I pay the damn bill.
So what
Hi,
happens
sir.
is when
I'm Mike from the Census Bureau. Better figure something out quick.
This is Jake from State Farm. So when the summer comes, I was already mentally prepared that I'm not gonna be able to talk to her for 3 straight months. She
Damn.
didn't live far if I was an adult,
Right.
but at that age, it
Yeah.
seemed far. No
That's an
vehicle,
adventure right
whatever.
there.
Right. So what ends up happening is the summertime comes. We're not contacting each other. New girl moves in down the street from me.
Ooh,
I did not pursue new girl. New girl pursued me when she saw me shooting.
that's not how your
I'm
lady
out.
saw it though.
I'm shooting hoops and doing my thing. I get spotted. I get approached. I'm getting attention that I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I find a new interest, and this is going on for the summer.
You're already guilty, Josh.
Oh, no,
I don't
no,
even know
I'm
why
s-
you're trying to fight
No,
it.
no,
You
no, I'm
guilty.
not
Ain't no
fighting anything.
justification.
Yeah,
I'm not fighting. I'm not justifying.
guilty,
I'm
Cass.
Yeah, guilty.
super guilty.
Guilty.
Super guilty.
Judge, I did it.
Oh, yeah, I did. So
Why are we wasting time in this question?
Homie court.
So what happens is I actually get into, before we get back to school, I get in a relationship with this girl.
Ooh.
I'm still technically in a relationship with the other
Yeah.
girl. And in my head, I'm like,
a whole secret family, cuz.
this is young and dumb, So in my head, I'm like, when I get back to school, I got to break up with old girl because I'm with this girl now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I dodged a bullet because the first 2 days of going back to school, I ain't see her.
Oh, you thought she
I'm
moved?
like, oh, she ain't go to this school no more. Oof, this is easy transition to that third day. I ran into her as soon as I walked on campus, and she was so excited.
Oh,
Awkward as a motherfucker. What?
Go ahead and break your heart
she
real
was
quick.
she was Kelly to your Ryan. Oh, I love you so much. We gotta get.
Let me go ahead and mess up your whole school year on the third day.
No, it was terrible. Yeah, so I had to do what I had to do, and
Ouch.
had to see her throughout the school year. And you ever get that look of I'm gonna kill you, nigga.
Yeah,
I got that for
Yes.
the whole rest
Yeah.
of that school year.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
So let me
My,
put.
my question is, what happened to the other chick? Where was she at? Did she go to your school?
yeah, she went to school too
Oh, so y'all was together in front of old
for a
girl?
little while. It didn't even work out.
That's whack.
Right.
All right, let me pivot off that for a second. So we're talking about your situation in particular. You had old girl, new girl coming to the block. She pursue you and all that shit. So
Right.
as we get older, we tend to go in and out of
Mature.
relationships, mature, in and out of relationships. So I want to get your guys. So I'm so far out the game. I don't even know what the fuck what's what now.
It's
So
a
I'm
whole
relying
new
on
game
I'm
out there,
relying
bro.
on you guys now.
You
So-
you an old head.
Yeah, I'm old head.
It's a
yeah.
whole new world
It's
out
a
there,
whole-
bro.
I'm sure it is.
Scary hours.
Yeah, scary for sure. So when it comes to, you meet someone new, give me a rundown of, like the first date or you meet up for the first time. What's that like? Are you doing, coffee?
People that I don't know, and maybe it's the being the age I am now. There's a hesitation in wanting to try to get to know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
If you meet somebody that you've never seen before in your life and you find yourself interested, that thought at this age is in the back of my head like, hey, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
Do I
That's the
want
fun part.
Do I want to spend that time though? There's nothing wrong with it, but man, do I want to spend this time getting to know someone and it still might not work out at this age? So for me, most recently it be somebody that I might not even know them super duper close, but
You know of them?
I know of them. We got mutual friends. It's like a shortcut to building that relationship.
I get it.
I don't.
No, I mean, there's still that same chance that it might not work out, even though there is
Tell me
is
about it.
somewhat
Yeah,
of a tail end of okay, this
I got a
person
story.
has some references. I know the people that they kind of associate with on some level, but there's still that chance that it just might not work out. It is
You're
what
right.
it is. I mean, I enjoy meeting new people, but not to answer the question, I'm not going all out on the first date.
Okay.
Wait, let me take that back. I'm not going all out on the first meetup.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I've done it before, and it was let me go, the expensive restaurant, or I planned this whole day where we went ice skating, went to the museum, we had dinner, right, at the fancy restaurant. And it was sometimes do I really want to spend $200-$300 to figure out if I ever want to see you again in my life?
Right.
Not even trying to be funny. There was one instance where I went to this nice restaurant, wasn't tripping off the price. It was just I was okay, let me try to impress this woman.
Yeah.
And conversation was so whack. Don't get me wrong, having conversation over dinner is already a bad idea, because it's okay, it's either do I talk to you and try to get to know you, or and let my food get cold, or do I eat this food and we'll figure it out in between bites? So, like, it's a bad optic no matter what. It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. Okay.
So a fancy restaurant, go all out off the top. First meetup, off the books. Like, but coffee, grab a drink. That way we can sit down, have conversation, or go for a little, little stroll, whatever. Get to know each other. Okay, I spend $25, $30 maybe. 2 cups of coffee and some conversation, a couple drinks and some conversation. Then it's like, okay, next time we go on a date, we can go all out and we can skip the formal, oh, let me tell you my backstory, small talk conversation, what it is. Well, like, go simple out the gate. Just go simple out the gate. Figure out if you really like this person and see what they're talking about. And I've had the situation where I met up and I took somebody out that had common back history. Like, we knew the same people, kind of ran in the same circles. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. It worked for a couple months, and it was like, not my cup of tea. Like, now that I know who you are outside of the casual, interactions, nah. But getting, like, my thing, like, I enjoy meeting new people, so that's kind of fun. Like, but it does become very repetitive, basically meeting the same person and different people.
Right.
Like, okay, this is what you do, this is what you about, and then it's just like, yeah, okay, you ain't about shit.
Here's the issue I run into, especially if you try to do the online stuff, is you meet somebody, not in person, just online.
Yeah.
You meet them, you start having a conversation, and then you're trying to gauge at what point in the conversation do we make progress past just texting or making a phone call or so.
Yeah,
I got to the
I
point.
couldn't do that.
Right.
Who knows? You could be talking to a freaking 300-pound Wilbur over here in the basement.
No,
exactly.
No, forget all that part. I mean, like, nowadays it's easy to verify who someone is.
Right.
Not that you can't
Easier.
get catfished, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you're not tech stupid, then I mean, come on now. But so I've had situations where I put myself in this position purposely. This is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I can have an interesting conversation going, and I think I told you about this. If it comes to a point where I send a message and there is no response, there will never be another message for me again until there's a response. If there's no response, we will never speak again.
So you don't believe in the double text?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not if we've never met in person.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because to me,
Oh, that makes
I don't
sense.
know what's going on your side.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not going to look like that thirsty dude that keeps
Right.
messaging you,
Thirsty.
trying
Now-
to figure out what's going on.
I can see that. I always do the like you said. I don't know what's going on your side. Like, due to my line of work, there's been points in time where I've been locked in a building where I can't have access to my cell phone for 48 hours. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna hit you with the message. You don't respond, not tripping. A couple days later, hey, just tapping in with you, seeing how make sure everything's good. If there's no response to that message, I'm out.
But see, why I don't even do that message is because the way I see it, if I sent this message, even if you never saw it for whatever reason, and this is strictly to people I've never met before, not someone I have.
Yeah.
Is there any point where you thought, hey, I haven't heard from him, maybe I should reach out to him?
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
get
that's
that.
just game
I get
plan.
that. But my
Game
thing
plan.
is, I'm guilty. I'm like, if I tell you I'm gonna call you back or I'm gonna hit you right back, you better go about your day. Don't wait for my phone call. I'm telling you, like, all the homies know that. So, and there's been instances where I saw the message either on my watch or on my phone, and I was in the middle of something, and I thought I replied to it. Like, in my mind, I definitely replied to it, but never either typed it up or hit send on that message.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I ain't heard from this person in like 4 days. Like, what the hell's going on? Like. And then it's like, oh, shit, I didn't reply to the message.
Ugh.
So it's like, that's why I kind of give that little,
I
that
get
little
what you're saying.
leeway.
I understand what
But
you're saying.
don't think you're going to get 3, 4, 5 text messages from me in a row with no response.
No.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's
nah,
goofy.
yeah.
That's goofy. But, I mean, there's been instances where, and it's just been a sleight of hand where it was funny. I was out in Arizona, and I was talking to the homie about getting extended clips for a Glock. And I'm like, yo, I'm in the store right now. Like, which ones you need? Middle of the conversation, somehow, don't ask me how, ended up replying. I sent in a question that I thought I was sending it to him. I sent it to my aunt. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Let me just kill some time. All right, walk around the store. Buddy ain't respond yet.
Nope.
He ain't respond yet. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, hey, I'm in the store right now. What you need? Like, I open up the text message. I'm like, oh, wait. who did I send that text message to? Like, and I was like, I scroll back up, and my aunt's like, what the? My aunt, she hits me. She was like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? And I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, shit, I wasted the last 20 minutes because I sent the wrong message to the wrong person.
Right.
So
That happens.
I'm gonna tap in, like, but the most you're gonna get out of me is 2 texts, and after that, like, all right. And
Yeah.
that is crazy because it happened, like, 2 instances recently. One was on Bumble. It was like, okay, me and great conversation back and forth, cool. Mind you, in the middle of the pandemic, it was like, all right, I've been minding my business, not been out being mixy. Let's schedule a time to meet up. Conversation was great, and then out of the blue, stop replying. I was like, okay, whatever. Hit her up, like, yo, how you? And just want you to tap in, make sure you're good. How was your little event that you had? No response. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's really strange. 'Cause everybody
strange.
loved Terry.
Nah. Some people hate me. Some people hate me. But and then it was just like, all right, that's weird, whatever. And then like 3 weeks later, out the blue, this was the exception to the rule. I was like, you know what? I wonder what happened to Shorty. Send her a text message. I was like, hey, how you been? Hopefully everything's good. Just tapping in with you to make sure you're straight. She said, and I'm dating somebody. Please stop messaging me.
Oh
I want to focus on him. I was like, oh, cool. Congratulations. Like, all you had to do is say that, and I would have left you alone a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, but instead, you went radio silent after having
Playing
great combo.
games.
No, she was like, oh, yeah, great combo. We had planned to meet up. And I was just like, why didn't you just say, oh, I'm interested in somebody else. Let's go our separate ways. Cool. State your intentions.
That's the only reason why I'm glad I ain't even in that game no more.
Yeah, bro. It's a new world out here. It is a new world, and everybody has this. If I don't get it from you, I'm gonna get it from somebody else mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part because there's gonna be
Because it's readily accessible now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean,
definitely.
it always has been, but it just seems more with technology now.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just like
Definitely.
it's
Got
ripe
apps
for the
days.
picking.
Everybody
Ripe for the
wants
picking.
instant gratification.
Instant.
And the crazy part about it is, okay,
And social media provides that.
the highlight reel. This is what I see. This is my take on it. It's like, okay, hypothetical. There's one woman. Okay, we'll call her Amy. For whatever reason. Okay, she starts dating Josh. She starts courting Josh. Josh and her, and they talk.
I would never date a name.
I know, but still. And then it's like, okay, Josh is great at A, B, C, D, and E, but he doesn't provide F.
The D. No, I was kidding.
Wow.
But
I'm
Josh
saving
don't.
myself for the one.
Josh don't have F, right? He ain't providing F. That's what Amy needs. Amy needs F. So,
Amy needs to get.
so
Amy needs the F.
So then-
Amy needs to get F.
right? And then she's like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, Terrence, he got A, B, C, and D.
Wow.
See how he emphasized that?
D.
See how
He
he
had
That fucking D. That effing D.
And he has F, but he's lacking E. He doesn't have E. So she jumps from Josh, but before she knows I don't have E, she says, "Oh, Terrence, he's giving me F. He's giving me F."
Can't go to Vegas without E.
But but he's lacking an E, and she don't see that. So she's getting everything she thought she was gonna get in Josh, but now she's not getting E, and she's like, "Oh shit." She sees Tim. She goes, "Oh, he got A, B, C, E, and F."
She's trying to F on his D without
Yeah.
no E. Oh, hell.
Nah, Tim
And
got
I got
A,
O
B,
over
C,
here.
E, and F. And it's just like, okay. It's like this goes for men
Yeah.
too. It goes
Yeah.
for men too. They
Yeah.
see, they go seek what they're lacking. They're not getting in their
Exactly.
partner. Instead of trying to work it out with a partner, they jump to somebody else who's lacking in another area.
Like, she dope.
Exactly.
She ain't got no booty.
None. Like she ain't got no buns. But bro, you knew that before you got with her. If that's what you need, why'd you do it? And that's the thing. That goes back to clear, open, and honest communication. Be honest and
Yeah.
upfront. You're gonna get a whole hell of a lot further.
Gotta communicate, man.
That's what I appreciate about the women in Europe.
In the communication part, that I was just talking to somebody about. So communication, a lot of people don't realize how a lot of things that happen negative in a relationship all stem from the lack of communication.
Lack of communication, whether it's verbal or nonverbal.
I want to modify that. Not communication, comprehension.
Okay.
Like
a part
you
of
can
that,
communicate till
yeah.
you blue in the face, but if the other person
Yeah,
doesn't
they just
comprehend
stand
what
there
you're
looking at it
saying,
like,
and that was a problem with me and my ex. And the crazy part about it is we met up after we broke up and we started talking, and it was just like, yo, we were saying the same thing. Like, but I wasn't communicating in a manner in which she comprehended what I was saying, and vice versa. So it was communication is very tricky because you have to know your audience and how they receive it, and then you have to use words that you may or may not normally use to express how you feel in a way that they can understand.
Well, and
very wise.
the comprehension definitely, but you guys were even a step ahead. The fact
Terry
that you guys
is
were
so
even
wise.
Communicating, because a lot of people don't even get that part.
Exactly.
You guys were missing the comprehension, but at least you had that part. So, like, I've been in situations where I'm stuck because I see a change. Like, I focus on details.
Yeah.
So if I see something changing, whether it's verbally, physically, mannerisms, whatever it is, I catch on really quick. Like, hey, things are getting a little different, whether I say anything or not. And that's part of communication. If I don't say anything, then how are they going to know I'm even noticing? But my thing is, I'm noticing, and even if I do say it, why aren't you communicating with me why you are being different?
Right.
Until I say something, and then when I finally even say something, you're not even telling me the whole truth. You're just trying to soften whatever's on your mind. I'm getting little tidbits. Oh, well, this, and then as time goes on, you start running out more and more and more, and then when you finally know everything, my first thought is, why didn't you just say this from the beginning?
It's too late now. It's too late now. You don't wait till we done already broke down. You could have said this in the very beginning.
Right.
But hey,
it's happened too many times.
That's life. That's life, motherfucker. That's just life. Humans are very complicated.
How's you?
I was say, let me ask you this: How have you managed to maintain your relationship, both communication aspect, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad?
Y'all been together a long ass time.
Y'all been together was high school?
No. After
the
funny thing is, we went to the same high school.
Right.
We knew nothing of each other.
Are you serious?
Nothing of each other. Like we had no idea each of us existed.
That's crazy.
But you know what? What's crazier after that? I was friends with her best friend. We had like a bunch of classes together, and not once did she ever bring her up.
Mm-hmm.
Not ever.
Not that you remember.
Yeah. No. I would remember. No, she never brought her up whatsoever. Never saw her hang out with her. Not ever. I didn't know about. I had no idea she went to the same school.
You didn't know she went to the same high school as us?
No,
that's
did
nuts.
not.
I knew she went to our high school.
I had no clue.
That's nuts, man.
No clue whatsoever until we worked together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You went there too? That's crazy.
I was like, how you not know about this nigga right here? I was done homecoming king and everything. I was like, well, not homecoming. Winter formal. Winter formal. Cool. I got to come correct. Yeah,
put extras on that.
Yeah, he over there putting doves on it. Hey, shout out to Juan though. He won. What was that, prom king?
Was it prom?
Yeah. I thought I was gonna win that.
The one that I know.
Juan Casas? Nah. You know.
Well,
Juan Carlos.
I stepped to the side. I was like, I already got the winter formal. I'll let y'all, the rest of y'all niggas have the spotlight. You know. I thought you were gonna win it. Come on, man. Get your mic right. Come on, man.
My mic is. Oh, there we go.
I told you should take my
mic?
cable. You got an Android?
Definitely.
I think your mic, your cable is telling us that it's time to go. It's time to go. Should we switch it out? Can we switch it out right now? We can do it right. Oh man.
At least I hope it's just the cable.
Well, we'll find out right now. We'll find out right now. I mean, either way, we're getting to the end.
And while y'all are doing that, so you said y'all didn't know each other in high school. Funny thing about that is, so y'all remember I was married for a couple years. Mm-hmm. Got married when I was 21. So I met her in high school. Mm-hmm. However, similar to him, not quite the same, just similar. Mm-hmm. I didn't really know her in high school. Okay. Apparently, according to her, she had this big crush on me in high school. But when she finally reached out to me after high school on MySpace, I remembered her face, but I didn't even remember like any interactions between
that
us.
nigga Tom from MySpace just dipped out, living the best life.
Cashed out and dipped as he should have. But anyway, back to your MySpace legendary days.
So I don't remember any interact. Well, at first I didn't. I'm like, she was like, oh, I just had this biggest crush on you. Remember this? Remember that? And I was just like, hell no, I remember none of that.
Nope.
And I didn't have a crush on her in high school. She had a crush on me. I didn't have a crush on her. It wasn't until after high school she got a little thick. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And then I'm like, hey, what's up? No, she actually pursued me, but
That's how it was in school for me. It was like they all pursued me. All the girls that I wanted to pursue, ain't none of them were having it. But all the girls that pursuing me, I wasn't having it. I was like, nah, I'm going after this girl, but then she ain't even having me. I'm like, man, that was rough. That was rough.
yeah. Oh man,
That was rough.
I got mad stories
Bill's
on
character.
that. We
Bill's
might have
character.
to have a whole topic on
Yeah.
this topic right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm too familiar with people from high school that you never know. Either you didn't know them or you
Yeah.
didn't know you had a chance with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You look
for
back
sure.
now like, man, if I would have known.
I would have been beating them chicks. I want to know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm beating them chicks. Nah, man, but the communication is key and the comprehension.
Yeah, man.
Because we'll go back and forth. You know, obviously, sometimes I'm not comprehending what she's saying.
Right.
Sometimes she's not comprehending what I'm saying. But being in a relationship like ours, like you give each other the opportunity to be able to comprehend. Like even though you don't comprehend at that moment, and you'll get into some kind of rift or whatever, like you can always go back and be like, I didn't understand at that point what you meant. You know, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but now I understand where you're coming from. You know, so it along with the communication, it is a comprehension, and as long as you guys are willing to work that out, then you can
Should
get
be
through it.
gravy.
Yeah,
Never
you
know.
should
Tough.
get through it.
Never
And
know.
it's not always, rainbows and butterflies and all that shit. It's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that.
The tough
It's
part
gonna
is
be work.
catching when they don't comprehend, because sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
say
Oh yeah.
anything. They just
And it's
listen.
both sides. Both sides. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. Sometimes she don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But as long as we give each other the opportunity to, and not just like dip out on the other person after the first sign, like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like as long as you don't just dip out on me off that first time, that 1st rift, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
A lot of people are chasing that perfect
Yeah,
relationship.
there is
Don't exist.
no perfect relationship. How could there be perfect relationships if there's no perfect people?
Nah, my ex dropped the gem. Like you, no matter how you react, you're teaching people how to love you. No
Yeah.
matter
And vice
what.
versa.
And vice versa. Yeah, you were teaching people how to love you by everything you allow, everything you don't allow. Like
Yep.
that shapes their perception of how to love you and how they're gonna respond to certain things. And it's you gotta let your voice be known and be able to communicate and listen when you're actually when they're telling you that you're in the wrong.
Just like politics.
Don't take it personal. It's like, hey, I'm teaching you how to love me, and you got.
So we get to have 2 parties. And
Hey.
I'm kidding.
But you gotta know. You gotta know who you're in a relationship with, man.
Exactly.
And you gotta listen and understand where they're coming from when they're telling you about yourself. Don't
Yeah,
take it
and that's not just relationships. That's just the people who you associate yourself with. Friends, family. You just gotta
any relationship.
any type of relationship. So yeah, that's how it goes, and that's how.
Can they hear my head nod? Because I'm nodding.
No, they cannot hear your head nod, bro.
All right, man. Well, hey, this was a good episode, man.
Excellent.
I agree.
Really engaging. A lot of energy.
If I come back, I won't take all of Josh's talking points, even though we do 0 pre-production.
Hey,
Bro.
hey, you're more authentic like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you
Yeah.
can have pre-production,
Definitely.
but like you don't want the way I wanted it. I don't want to be too in depth and all that shit.
For sure, because I came in here blind. It was like, hey, what are
Hey.
you doing Friday?
That's fine.
Bro,
Hey,
today's Thursday.
But now you got a taste. Hey, now you got a taste. You got a taste.
Nah, I appreciate the invite.
Hey.
Anytime you need me to come back, I'll definitely be back.
Hey,
It's an indefinite.
And
invite.
I won't bring my Android cable. I'll leave that at the house. And I'll bring a mic stand.
yeah.
You got your curls on today.
What was that?
His
What?
curls.
It's
Out here looking like I'm. Never mind, I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, man, good episode, man. Appreciate both of y'all for coming out, man. I know Josh, you'll be out on the road.
Yeah,
forever. How long?
I might miss the next episode. No, we'll talk about it. I'm gonna try to get back because I'm not gonna be far.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Where you
Yeah.
gonna be?
Going to Phoenix.
Oh, right down the
So I can
street.
make it. Yeah, right down the street. if you're like me and drive a lot.
Oh yeah.
And
Nope.
Then
That's
after
not-
that,
nope.
I'm gonna be in Vegas.
Okay, that's up the
So-
street.
Right.
4 hours each way.
So I might be able to squeeze in a couple episodes.
However it works out.
Sure.
Hey, however it works out, man. We'll make it work.
We're gonna make
Yeah,
it.
I'm literally down the street though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
yeah.
in Sofi.
Yeah, I better see
Oh
you
yeah.
on
So
here.
I've been meaning to ask you, like, so with school now, so you're down here, doing school online and all that shit. Like, is there a point where you're gonna be going back?
Nah, I'm not going back to the Bay. I packed up all my stuff, came back down here. Probably gonna buy a spot out in San Diego or Temecula.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
definitely buying some land in Temecula, but
Okay.
I might get a spot out in San Diego.
Right. Okay. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so
Okay.
I'm out here now, so
All
we
right.
back.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see more Derez here.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, the three of us all together. So, all right, man. Good episode, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man. Thanks for coming out.
thanks for having us.
Always.
And that's a wrap.
Fuck out of here.
Hey,
Let's get the-
about to go get sauced.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 3 of the podcast, Just Podding. And hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
1, 2.
Peace. Love y'all.
Later.
Sample this.
I don't know what to say on the outro.
Say whatever the fuck you want to say.
I did.
Do I need to mute you right now before you say something outlandish?
Was that a Pokemon you just named?
Hey, they coming back. Them shits are coming back for a third round.